Innovation Week. My name is Maina Chege. If you like, you can pick the first two syllables of my name, MNC, and call me what? MC, yes, and I'm your MC today. So it's going to be an honor to be here. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it. So today's going to be a good one. And when we talk about matters enterprise, business, and innovation for young people, this is the best time to really be thinking about this. And our key guests, our guest speakers and panelists today have lined up to really support the young people, especially of this region, to get to those particular levels. So I'm so glad that we can do this. Now I want us to do something. If I say P, you say wait. Alright? Can we try? P. P. Ah, come on, I can't hear you. P. Alright. P stands for Pwani Innovation, and then way is week. Alright? So P. Yeah, that's my way of making sure that we can get the attention. Alright. Now, that would be my breather. Anytime I say P, you say what? Oh, come on. P. Alright. I think I'm going to do something else. If you know that you feel quite not very young, maybe you're young in spirit, you can join in. So everybody upstanding, please. One more time, just upstanding. I know it's a young event, so please bear with them. This is how things go by, alright? Now, anytime I say ma, anytime I say what? Ma, just hold your head like this. Are we together? Let me try. Ma. Well done, well done. Alright. If I say mate, you hold your shoulder. Let's try this too. Ma. Mate. Ah, well done, well done. No, hold on, don't forget it well. There are two more to go. If I say Mateo, Mateo is the tiny area. You just do Mateo, alright? So let's try. Ma. Mateo. Mateo. Well done. Yeah, it's a way of telling the top things are coming. And then there's the final one, which is mate, mate. Just double that and you tap your knees, alright? Like mate, mate. Oh, well done. Now can we do it in sequence? Ma. Mate. Mateo. Mate, mate. Ah, well done now. Now please note, look at the neighbor. If they do a mistake, tell them to sit down and leave you stand, alright? Are you ready for this? Okay, let's go. Ma. Mate. Mateo. Mate, mate. Ma. Mateo. What's happening? Generation. Okay, try this one more time. Ma. Mateo. Mate, mate. Ma. Mate, mate. Mateo. Mate. Ma. Mate. Goodness, everybody needs to sit down. Apart from Shelley. Well done. Appreciate you for that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Just one way of letting us know that we're a young, innovative kind of generation that is here to really get impacted. At this moment, I want to introduce my co-moderator, who will be Michael Onyango. He's in the house, he's the founder of 4BM, and he'll be helping us out with some of the few things that are going on. But before that, I need to just make one consultation of the arrival time so that I can know what to do with the program, whether we can go directly to our panel discussion or whether we can go to the speakers. I think the panel? Excellent. The people have told me I have the directive. So please, put your hands together as I call my panelists to the house. One of them is none other than Alice Kimani, Partnership Engagement Lead at KEPSA. Thank you so much, Alice. And we'll be talking about Zero Digital with them and what they're doing with young people. Also in the house we have Ted Roberts, the Group CTO, Liquid Intelligence Technologies. I hope he's around. Oh, thank you so much. Please, take your seat. In the house as well we have Adam Lane. Adam Lane is the Director of Government Relations at Huawei. Are you around, Adam Lane? Just checking with us. I think Adam Lane is still coming. He's ensuring that our technology is working. And finally, we also want to invite Professor Peter Gishangi, yes, Gishangi, Peter Gishangi, the DVC, Technical University of Mombasa. Thank you so much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a rule. Turn to the person sitting next to you and say, it's time for the panel discussion. I would like your attention to happen. And just before I start, All right, I've also been alerted that one more person has come in, and we have Engineer Masila from Safaricom. A round of applause to him as he comes as well. Thank you so much. Great. Now, panel discussions can be two things. One, boring and informative. So one thing you must do is engage with these people. So please help me in ensuring that we engage with the people around. I don't know whether the technical team wants to move this or it's going to be there or it's permanently fixed there, but I'll be involved. I stand guided. Could we have some microphones come through? Microphones, please. Check microphones for my panelists so we can get started. If we could have some of those microphones coming, then we can get started. Thank you so much for the quick response. I think some of them can be used, the ones that are here, then we can get started. Thank you so much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, these people here are doing a great job and can help you and I get a few tips here and there. So I'd like you to really pay attention to what they're saying so that we can flow and understand and see what can we tap into as we get ready to do this. Thank you so much for the movement and the quick movement. All right, thank you so much, and it's good to see you all. Let me start with the lady in the house. The lady in the house is Alice Kimani, Partnership Engagement at KEPSA, and Ajira Digital is under you, and I really wanted to get and grasp an idea. But first of all, could you enlighten us what Ajira Digital is all about and what you're doing for young people here using your microphone? If you could kindly pass it to her.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ajira Digital Program is an initiative of the government through the Ministry of ICT and Digital Economy. The Ajira Digital Program is focusing on offering work readiness for our youth. We all know that we have over 1 million youth joining the labor market every year, and through this program we have designed skilling for the youth so that they can be prepared to join the labor market. From what we have, we also have support for labor platforms, digital labor platforms, and from the growth of innovation and from the youth innovation, we have a lot of platforms that have come up that we are supporting. Currently, we are supporting over 200 platforms, and these are platforms that are creating job opportunities for the youth. An example of this platform is Mama Bua. If today you're looking for someone to do your cleaning in the house, you don't need to go to the road to look for someone to do it. You just log into an application and you're able to get a Mama Bua mom to your house. We also have platforms like Fundis, which are connecting artisans and plumbers at an access from your phone. And these platforms have one particularity. They are leveraging on the growth of technology to enhance our work and the growth of digital platforms. One of the things that is, one of the portfolios that we have is you can be able to rate the platform. If you get a service through the platform, you can be able to rate the platform. You can also give feedback about the service of the platform. If you receive a plumber in your house and the service is not so good, you can rate them or give them a good rating if you received a very good service. And that way you can be able to give someone else feedback, so that when someone else is logging into the platform, they can be able to get the service and they can know who is the best plumber that they can get from the platform. In a nutshell, KEPSA is also offering capacity building through the Accelerator program for platforms, and through this Accelerator program, we are able to offer capacity that can enhance the growth of the platform. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hey, ngojeni kwanza. I hope you heard it very well. Kama wewe ni fundi, kama wewe unajua watu fulani, there's an app that they can download or come to you. Is there a website they can go to and check it out so that at least they can be put in?
Some of these platforms are also web-based,
yes.
So you don't need to download the application. You
yes.
just log into the web and you can access the platform.
What is the website?
The website that they can be able to access all these platforms is www.ajiradigital.go.ke.
Right.
We have listed a number of platforms there and a number of services that you can be able to access.
Asante, I hope you noted that. www.ajiradigital.co.ke. Kama uko na skill technologies. Ben Robert, thank you so much for being here. And my quick question is just an opener as well. How can these young people tap into what you're doing as you tell us what you are doing especially for them?
Okay, thank you. Liquid Intelligence Technologies is the company I work for. I'm Chief of Technology and Innovation for Africa, but based in Kenya. I've been here 10 years now. We, as a company, we have the largest network of fiber optic cable and data centers and cloud across Africa, about 100,000 kilometers of fiber, some of the largest data centers in Africa, the largest here in Nairobi, in East Africa Data Center. In these data centers, we're hosting very large tech companies, the global tech companies, as well as local companies, local enterprises and local startups and young companies as well. But in terms of this connectivity for Africa, for East Africa in particular, it actually started here in Mombasa. Not even just here in Mombasa, but pretty much right there over there in that building next door to us, which is the cable landing of the first that came to East Africa. What we have done is to extend that fiber and that connectivity to at a backbone level to enable the whole of this part of East Africa to connect. But now we've connected east to west as well. So we've connected from Rwanda to DRC to Kinshasa. So we've actually unified the continent between east and west, as well as north and south. Another fiber from Cape Town to Cairo. But in some way, although this connectivity, I said, landed here first in Mombasa, and maybe that's 12, 14 years ago, somehow it left Mombasa behind a bit in terms of the digital revolution. It left this part of the world behind, although it was the first to be connected. And buildings were built, but it didn't create the employment opportunities from technology it could have done. And this is really, I think, what inspired Mahmoud to mentor number one, to set up Swahilipot hubs, and why we very much here to support what's going on, because we need to make this investment in connectivity worthwhile. We have to be creating jobs. We have to be, using this digital platform. People like Ajira and the other companies here have to be enabling the people of Mombasa to use technology to get jobs and employment. So one thing we do at Liquid across all of Africa, we provide connectivity for innovation hubs. So places like this that are doing, sometimes they're specialized, sometimes they're more general, but we provide very affordable and high-speed connectivity fiber to innovation hubs across about 15 countries in Africa. We have partner hubs. Even we base some of our offices in innovation hubs like this. Our team have an office in Mombasa, but in some cities we actually have people hosted in these places like this. And by providing the connectivity, this is our sort of entry point into helping them to use in the centres to create businesses, create jobs. And then we bring other things on top, such as skills development and business mentorship on top of that, but it starts with connectivity.
Thank you. Excellent work that you're doing there at Liquid. And I just wanted to ask you though, for the young people who are here, some of them have great innovations that have come. Some of them are also trying or at the innovation stages of such platforms, the apps and the likes. Are you working with these young people in any way so that at least they can connect with you?
We are working with a number of different startups. I don't know how many are there, but what's very encouraging is to see there's more. Last year, I missed the first two Pwani Innovation Weeks, so I was getting married the first one, I had another crisis the next one. But last year was the third, and I saw maybe there was about 10 startups enabled, but this year on the Thursday startup pitching event, I see there's 30. And we are really keen to help out. We have, as well as connectivity, we have other technologies. We're very interested in Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, particularly how that can influence the blue economy. So we've been doing things with fishermen in the lake in the other side of the country. We're also very keen to see how we can use IoT with fishing and all that. So any kind of help you need that is there. We don't do investments. We're not an investment fund, but we know many people who are. So we are able to, by partnering with us and having our technology mentorship, I guess that gives the credibility that you need to then go and raise funds from people that are doing funding and stuff.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I hope you heard it. If you have ideas, they have some investment funds, you can approach them, and they can even help you, especially if you're a startup, and especially in line with your money. Thank you so much for that. We have Mwalimu in the house. Let me call you Mwalimu from the DVC Technical University of Mombasa. Wait, what was Mombasa? What was Technical University of Mombasa? Nawaona. Very good, very good. I don't know, Mwalimu, I feel like I should let you speak just normally, easily, but we are here with young people talking about innovation week and everything else. As an institution, what are you doing, not only just to train the young people who may want to come to you, but how are you preparing them for the job market that we are looking at right now? Maybe we could open that very quickly, please.
Thank you and good morning. All protocols observed. My name is Professor Peter Gichangi. I'm representing the Vice Chancellor, Professor Leila Abubakar, who is on international duty. Should have loved to be here, but I will able to represent her. As a university, we are privileged because we give chance to young people to be able to come and sharpen their mind. As a university, we have adopted the philosophy of thinking as if there was no box in the universe. Because the moment you say thinking outside the box, you're going to find a box. But for us, it is free will, it is free thinking, that you can be able to come to Technical University of Mombasa and enjoy the environment where you can exercise your mind. We are a technical university, and therefore we focus on the technical issues. All our programs indeed will have a technical component to ensure that the persons coming out from the university are ready for the market. In terms of innovation, I would like to emphasize this. We do give all our students the opportunity to interact with our faculty members who are the lecturers, and they're able to then come up with ideas, which some of them are quite transformative, and some of them we are hoping that with time they will see the light of the day in terms of commercialization. It is a good environment to be in. One, we do have the equipment to be able to train you, to be able to exercise what your ideas are. Two, we have the faculty, the teachers, who are then able to guide our students appropriately. And of course, being within a population of 18,000 plus students, that gives you an opportunity to interact with others. And you realize that innovation, sometimes they require conversation. And we provide as a university that environment to have that conversation where then ideas can be nurtured. We do have programs from certificate level all the way to master's and PhD programs, and therefore individuals can be able to experience the university life. But we also, I would like to add that we also are cognizant of the requirement for TVET, Technical Vocational Education and Training. And therefore we have an institute, two technical TVET institutes, where students can take non-traditional programs. You can do advanced courses, you can do short courses within the university. So I would say that the only university in Mombasa, public university, that we do have the space. And I would like to invite all of us here because I know we will have something for all of us in this place. Either to come to upgrade your training, either to come and join us to develop your prototype and things like that. And so we are very deliberate in helping our students register their ideas, try and get those ideas to full patent, and now we are working on an agenda to be able to go the path of commercialization. We do have several hubs, incubation hubs within the university, and therefore individuals with those ideas can come and benefit from that interaction. I just want to say that our presence is not only in Mombasa, we do have a presence in Kwale, Mobokoni area, and we do have presence in Lamu. So it means that we do have presence in quite a number of these coastal counties. Thank you.
Asante sana. Wapi makofi ya mwalimu tafadhali? Technical team, my mic, and just please check my microphone. Thank you so much. I think mwalimu amesema vizuri sana. that they are encouraging young people to not only think as if it's a box that exists, but really outside the box. So if you're looking for an institution, I believe Pwani University is the place to go to, right?
Technical University of Mombasa is the place to be. If you are going to be thinking as if there was no box to begin with. And I think all of us in this space, if you start with that philosophy, that we are thinking as if there was no box, then you are not limited. Because the thing we want is our students to feel they are not confined. And remember, some of the ideas, innovative ideas, we may not know them. We allow the students to express those ideas. Because some of us may have limitations, but we try to make sure that the environment allows you to be able to exercise that intellectual exercise.
Thank you so much for the input. Let's appreciate with a clap for that. I think he has elaborated enough. I think the technical team wants to change your microphones. You can feel free, you can just walk in by. We have engineer in the house as well from Safaricom. And Safaricom is the giant of the region, so we appreciate you for being here. I'm sure in one way or another, maybe you want to link it, but that's the conversation behind the tent later on. But let's get to understand from Engineer Andrew Masila, what is this for you? When you see these young people, we see you and we see the tech giant as well, that is moving not only to just communications to as well being an innovation hub and the like. How can young people here to what is there, and how can you work with these people? How can they benefit from you as a partner?
So thank you, still morning and good morning, and honor for this innovation at Safaricom. Basically, to tell you a bit about Safaricom and why we are here, we are really excited for the invite. We're excited to work with young people to actually bring ideas to life, because young people actually hold the future of Kenya. Because young people hold the future of Kenya. So a bit about Safaricom. Safaricom is a company that is based on purpose. Without purpose, you can't have a sustainable business. And the purpose for Safaricom is actually to transform lives. And most of us that have interacted with Safaricom, whether it's through our community projects, through our products, but everything that Safaricom does is about purpose, to transform lives. We do have an interesting vision that has the youth at the center. Our vision is to be a purpose-led technology company. And this has the youth agenda right at the center of it. And how do we become a purpose-led technology company? It's on two things. It's leveraging on disruptive technology. I know now the evolution of ChatGPT, which is built on technologies like generative AI. But besides that, even telecommunications was disrupted in Kenya about 20 years ago. Same thing as M-Pesa. And also we are looking into the future, and I'm happy your hackathon teams are three. They are based on IoT, blockchain, and machine learning. And these are some of the technologies and ideas we're looking to actually power the future. The second thing is innovation, and more specifically, open innovation. So I'm joined here by my team members. So Lillian, I know you're in the crowd. Please stand up and wave. So Lillian is there. So Lillian is going to be here. She's going to be running master classes. And also we want to transfer the innovation expertise towards Mombasa, so that the next time when we come, we'll actually be talking about tangible innovation that is taken to the market. And to do this, we are looking at 4 C's. So the 4 C's we are looking to impact are the community, and how we impact the community is through our foundation and the programs, and as well by visiting such forums to be able to share with the community. The next C is customers. We are very passionate
to our customers to ensure that we are able to resolve issues and also bring up new products when they fall due. And also colleagues, we are passionate about colleagues, both internal and external, to ensure that we are able to grow the community with us. But lastly, the company itself. Safaricom has been around for about 20 years or so, and I know there has been impact to the community, whether it's you doing business with Safaricom, whether it's Safaricom enabling your business. And lastly, to talk about innovation. Innovation does not happen in a vacuum. Innovation is all about collaboration. And we embody what we famously dub the quadruple helix innovation model. Quadruple is made up of 4. And 4 means the private sector, public sector, and also the communities and tech hubs, and academia is a very big piece of it. And lastly, how can you as a young person benefit from some of the offerings from Safaricom? Well, we do have quite a number. One of them is our APIs. So we have something called M-Pesa APIs. And what we've seen in the past is we've had companies actually coming out of just utilizing the APIs. So the young person, even the old, I mean, innovation does not actually care about your age. You can actually go into our APIs and develop your company from the APIs.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's appreciate His Excellency the Governor as he comes to the club as well. Let's all be upstanding. Welcome, Governor. We were expecting and hoping to see you, and you're here. Karibu sana. There you go. Asante sana. Karibu sana, Your Excellency, as well. One more time, a round of applause to the Governor. Thank you so much for coming. Karibu sana, karibu sana. You may have your seat. Yeah. Let me just, Governor, this is a panel discussion of tech leads that are already here from Ajira Digital Technical University as well, Safaricom in the house, and of course Liquid Telecom as well in the house. And we're discussing about opportunities that young people can tap into just somehow halfway through the panel discussion. So karibu sana and enjoy the engagement.
Thank you. I was actually on the last piece and I said innovation is about collaboration across the 4 arms. That's government, both national and local governments, the academia, the private sector, but also communities. And we appreciate the work Swahilipot is actually doing through the Innovation Weeks. And we're excited to continue to partner in this. As I was finishing, I was giving the youth the tools and tips they can take advantage. Number 1, we spoke about the APIs that we have on M-Pesa, where you can actually go and integrate within our ecosystem. You can build your app, you can build your website, and integrate to power many use cases for the community. Secondly, we have the M-Pesa Super App. Now with the M-Pesa Super App, you don't need to develop your application from ground up. It's an application that has Android, it has iOS integrated. So if you're having your startup, you don't have to actually figure out whether to develop for different ecosystems. You can go and do what is called a mini app. A mini app is a smaller version of your application, and immediately you'll have access to over 5 million eyeballs that visit the M-Pesa Super App. The third key thing, and why we are here, we're also here to pass the knowledge, to provide mentorship to the young people, to also guide and also collaborate with other industry stakeholders to see how we can actually actualize innovations and bring them to life. And we're also excited to also hear about the ideas that are coming from the hackathon. And I know as Safaricom, we'll continue the engagement 4 weeks after this, because that's when we'll close the hackathon. We're excited to see the ideas on IoT, the ideas you'll do especially on machine learning and AI, and also blockchain. When you think about especially our retail industry, blockchain is a game changer within the SME. When you talk about smart contracts, when you think about the trust economy in Kenya, trust economy means you trust Mama Mboga who's right next outside your gated community. And how can we use blockchain to bring such innovations to life? Thank you, and happy to continue collaborating.
Thank you so much. Let's appreciate Safaricom with a round of applause. Asante sana. Ladies and gentlemen, wana youth ambao wako hapa. These guys are here to just help us, all of us. And Your Excellency, allow us to speak our language here because we need the young people to tap into this particular innovations that are there. Ajira has said, if you go there, go to their website, you'll be able to see opportunities that are there, and you can even be able to partner with them as well. Liquid as well has said they even have even a fund to help you as well, especially if you're a startup. Technical University has said they're encouraging you and teaching you to even think outside the box. And of course, Safaricom as well is here saying, even if you have an idea, many up, right? You can still approach them and do that. Let me see by show of hands. How many of us here are saying, mimi niko na idea, lakini nashanga nitaanzia wapi? Can I see by show of hands? Let me see. My goodness, all these hands, eh? Now, today, don't leave out here without idea. Remember, they say the richest place we have on earth is the grave. People dying with ideas. We don't want you to be among the people that go that way. This Innovation Week courtesy is to help you. Sorry about that. It's to help you ensure that you don't leave here with your ideas. So I want to appreciate you for that. And because of time, I may not have a lot of time to allow the panelists to be engaged, but I want to engage you all. Make sure you interact with them at the booth tents, at anything else. But let me see, by show of hands here, is there anyone with a burning question? Anybody with a burning question? I want to see whether there's anyone. If you're there, just shoot up your hand. I will give you the mic. Anybody? Anybody? My co-moderators, you can help me see whether you can see any hand here. Oh, I can see a burning one. Could you pass the microphone to her there? Just give her that microphone. I want you to ask the question in a burning way, all right? As short as possible, straight to the point. Please pass the mic very fast, then I can allow the next session to start right away. Uliza Swali, go ahead. Introduce yourself, please.
Yes. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Leila Abubakar, a technical student at the University of Mombasa and a young innovator with Young Scientist Kenya. My question goes to the panelists is, as a young innovator, I personally have an idea and I want to have a startup on it. And which is the way forward as a young innovator with all these technologies available to be able to get support from different sectors to be able to uplift my solution?
Your idea, eh?
Yes.
Just keep it private. Don't say it. We might steal it. Eh?
Yes.
Just hold on.
You're
from Technical University?
Yes, of Mombasa.
I think you have already answered her question because you're already teaching her. Thank you so much for the idea.
You.
So I don't know, maybe you have the microphone. What can she do? Can she see you behind the tent? Go ahead.
I know this young lady.
Yes, Mr. Robert.
The message to the question is, do start early, right? Don't wait, right? Anybody who's here and you're turning 27 and you think I've got an idea, but maybe I'll look at it next year. This young lady was doing it when she was 17 years old, so you need to catch up, right?
Okay.
Keep sharing the ideas. The technology companies and the universities and people who are providing employment, we're all here to help. Share your ideas on social media. I see your excellent posts. Keep telling people about your ideas. If you have an idea and you sit in your bedroom thinking about it forever, you'll never get it off the ground. You need to collaborate and share, and we're here to listen, and we are quite accessible, all of us, right?
All right. Thank you so much for that. Safaricom as well has something for you. Just hold on.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, thanks for your confidence, for actually raising your hand.
Thank you.
And I'd also like to speak on behalf of maybe other shy young people who might not have raised their hands.
Yeah.
And I think my conversation is about especially those who are seated closer to me. How can we do this at scale? Cooperating across government, private sector, academia, and communities. How can we get the other young men who are shy to raise their hands? And I think what is being done here at Swahilipot is good and is a good catchment area, because when we come to engage, if you're into their communities, then we can easily get you from there. But like Ben has said as well, let's keep sharing the ideas, and we are here to see what more we can do in addition to what is being done already. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I don't know whether, Jiro, you had anything to say, especially in line to everybody here with that question as the final thing.
Thank you. That was a very great question because we have seen several of these questions that are coming to us. And one thing that we want to emphasize is on how you can be able to commercialize your idea And this starts at the design stage because most of these ideas are failing because they do not start with doing a market research and a market analysis. And this has to be done at the design stage where they have to identify the market for the products first. And most of the ideas and innovations that are coming up, people are identifying the markets when they have already rolled out the product in the market, which is not the ideal case to start, because that's why we are having so many turnovers of businesses not being able to celebrate their third birthday. And we are having a program to support our young people on how they can be able to commercialize their ideas and how they can be able to identify the market. And through this program, our young people can supported so that their businesses are able to grow and thrive. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please put your hands together to our panelists. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, as you take your seats, thank you so much for that. And you know, it was not super conclusive because we can go on and on and on. I want you to kindly, I think there's a photo, just look it up there. I know. We will take one with the governor later. Don't worry. I know. I was smelling what they're asking for. But thank you so much for your time. You may have your seats. Asante sana. Let's appreciate it one more time with a round of applause. Beautiful. Now, I want to hand over my microphone to my co-moderator, Michael. But before he comes in, I want to request the tech team to kindly prepare the stage right here because we're moving to a stage where we shall have some keynote addresses. So if we could have the podium coming back on stage, it would be very nice. You're asking me to move a bit like this, and farther. Okay, now you can come. I see what you're doing. So please, if you could have the podium back. But in the meantime, young guys, I think tuliongea. Hapa hakuna kutoka hivyo tu. Sawa sawa? You did not come here and your time will not count. Please engage with these people. When they are saying that the opportunities are there and that you can do something, please ensure that you're doing that. So kindly, if you could have the podium, please come in very fast. The podium, please, tech team. Please hurry up because of time. We don't have much time. And I know we should be moving in. Now, we had something that we agreed on. That if I say P, you say what? Okay, let's try. P. Come on. You guys can do better. P. Now, do me a favor. Remember, we have a hashtag. The hashtag is Pwani Innovation Week. And I want you to kindly, whatever you've gotten from these people on what people can do, please tweet that. Let's tell the people to tell the people. Now, yesterday, one of the ladies who was speaking yesterday, thank you so much for that. One of the ladies who was speaking yesterday talked about the Power Land Project. Thank you so much. So my co-moderators helping me ensure that things are flowing. Thank you so much for that. So yesterday, one of the ladies who spoke here from Power Land Project, which I have worked with before, told you that wherever you are as a young person, you can be trained from ground zero on how to start coding, getting to learn these computer metrics and everything else. So please take advantage of that and ensure that you do not say that you never knew. Thank you so much for that. I've just been informed again that I need to go ahead and now invite our mentor. You guys know mentor? You guys know mentor? Please put your hands together for the mentor, Mahmoud, to kindly come right here. And he's going to welcome us officially and, of course, let us know what's happening, what's going down before we get to the next session.
Assalamu alaikum. God is good, and all the time. Simtabasamu kidogo. I think Your Excellency, the Governor, Your Excellencies, Peter Maddens, Arnaud, my friend, and also His Excellency from the Saudi CEO. You know, Shalini, I don't know how to introduce you because you are part of Swahilipot. Sasa wewe pia ni mwenyeji. Governor pia hapa kwake ni nyumbani. Sasa we have a lot of members ambayo ni members of Swahilipot. Our chair is here, the chair of Pwani Innovation, Mr. Osman Varwani, our partners, the CEO of Kenya Innovation Agency. Tafadhali, najua utaongea, but ungesimama tu kidogo, because all these things that we are doing, it's a culmination to the Kenya Innovation Week that we will be doing in December. The CEO is here, Dr. Tony Omwansa. Karibu sana. And to our TUM Technical University, the Deputy Vice Chancellor is representing the Vice Chancellor, na Dr. Sylvia, najua mko hapa pia, at least nilimuona daktari akiwa introduced hapa. And then I also wanted to mention, the chair wa Youth Enterprise Board, Fatma, kumbe umejificha hapo, karibu sana. And then our friends from Tanzania. Governor and Your Excellencies, we have a network of communities, the one that we will have a convening in November. So our nearest community is in Tanga. So we have the chair of the Agricultural Fund in Tanzania, who is an appointee of the President Samia Suluhu, Dr. Omar. Omar, karibu sana. And then we have Dr. Hassan from Tanga. And then we have Tanga yetu, Idi Juma, who is also a senior member of the local government ya Tanga. Na tuko na data analyst kutoka Zanzibar. Where is she? The lady, karibuni sana. And lastly, we have our representative who came all the way from Ethiopia, Kalkidan. Karibu sana. She is also part of the board here and very supportive. So mine, because of time, I won't say much, but I will insist on why Swahilipot, why Pwani Innovation Week. For us, we created a platform. And this platform, our intention was to do exactly what we are doing today, to connect young people to opportunities, to connect young people to networks, and those networks and opportunities are brought by the presence of the different agencies, both the county government, the national government, the ones that support young people. We also have the CEC, who is also always here at Swahilipot for culture, trade. Mr. Osman, I know he's here. Dr. Mborali as well for ICT education. I see Evans as well, the CC for finance. This shows you how we closely collaborate with Mombasa County, because this is our home, and secondly, with the different departments of the national government, including the National Museum. So for us, that is the platform that we are providing. And Dr. Tony, we've been coming to the Kenya Innovation Week, and that is, it reached a point where we thought young innovators like Raida, if you tell them to go and take their presentation to Nairobi, it becomes very difficult. And I think that's why we started the session, the first one in 2018 here in Mombasa, so that young people can be closer to a place where they can showcase whatever innovations that they have. And lastly, I'll reiterate what the governor told the media while he was coming down. In fact, the media was asking him about madawa na mambo negative. Akawaambia, he told them, I think it's important we also concentrate with the good things that are happening in Mombasa. Because out of 100, probably the negative is 3%. But most of the time we concentrate with the negative, the 3%. But there's a lot of good things that are happening in Mombasa, and I think that's why we have this platform to showcase Mombasa, to showcase Pwani in a positive light. I don't want to take much of your time. I will now allow my chair of Swahilipot Hub, Dr. Safia Lul, aje aongee na sisi briefly.
I begin in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, and I greet you all with the Islamic greeting of Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you very much, our chief mentor. I would like to also acknowledge the security team and the volunteers. It's not easy honestly, organizing such an event where space is quite limited. It takes a lot of effort and courage, and our volunteers. I would like to acknowledge our board members, the management of Swahilipot. It took a lot of work. People worked day and night to make this event a success. So can you all give them a round of applause, please? Mine is just to give a few comments on our theme this year, our Pwani Innovation Week. Excellencies, our chief guest, the Governor of Mombasa, His Excellency Abdul Samad, Karibuni sana, and welcome to our 4th edition of Swahilipot, Hub of Pwani Innovation Week. I hope it's been a useful and stimulating, informative day so far for all of you. Although it's our official open day today, we started yesterday, and we had workshops, plenary sessions, master classes offered on learning experiences. I hope you gained insight from the experts in the field and that you took time to network with other professionals and entrepreneurs. I also hope you got inspired to take action and make a difference in the digital economy. And the beauty of it all yesterday was just the beginning, and you now have a glimpse of what to expect, and the best is yet to come. We're just getting started. Industry leaders, distinguished delegates, academics, heads, and eminent figures graced the auditorium. They all delivered inspiring keynote speeches that served a powerful call to action and to encourage us and our young entrepreneurs to leverage on digital technologies to address the issues that are facing humanity. The theme this year revolves around empowering our youth and individuals to drive change and foster innovation and address pressing global issues through social entrepreneurship in the digital age. Youth-led innovation can provide access to essential services and opportunities for marginalized and vulnerable communities. It can also empower and engage youth to come up with solutions on issues of green economy. We have our very own youth here at Swahilipot, Robert Katavi, who used recycled goods to make bags. That is fantastic solutions that we're bringing to the green economy. We can also use innovations that affect the planet and humanity. I'm sure most of you have heard of a young lady, a youthful lady called Greta Thunberg, who started a global movement for climate action, named Wild Conservation. That organization uses digital tools to protect wildlife and habitats. So there are many solutions that we can bring about that faces humanity, such as pollution, climate change, biodiversity. We have the coastal issues of coastal blue economy. Using technology, we can bring solutions, create employment, and create wealth also for our young people. So the ideas that lie within here are dynamic. I know we are limited of time, but I just want to kindly ask you to network and not just say hi, but really get to know each other and see. The panel discussions that we had were quite informative this morning in encouraging us to the beautiful and brilliant ideas we have. I sincerely hope that this conference, and by that I mean your personal experience, will be good. I hope it will be stimulating and informative week, and that you'll come away with a better understanding of the issues, perhaps with some bright new ideas and fresh enthusiasm. Again, I urge you to make the most of this conference and leave here with a head full of new ideas, a hand full of new tools, and a heart full of revitalized enthusiasm and determination for unique and more outstanding achievements. I wish you all the very best of success, and I leave you with a quote of Rosabeth Moss Cantor, which says, "A vision is not just a picture of what could be, it's an appeal to better ourselves and to call for something more." Thank you all very much, and karibuni sana.
Thank you so much. A round of applause to the chair lady.
Thank you. And I'd now like to take this opportunity to invite our chair for this year's Pwani Innovation Week, my fellow board member, Osman Varwani. Karibu sana.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, everyone. I'm going to start with the story of Aisha. In the hushed tales of the Swahili coast, there's a story of a young artist called Aisha, whose dreams painted the walls of an ancient fort. With every stroke of the brush, she revived the forgotten legends of our land. Much like that artist, each one of our youth carries the power to resurrect the past, reimagine the present, and redefine the future. In the heart of our vibrant coastal community, where the rhythm of taarab music mingles with the laughter of children playing in the neighborhood of Old Town, there lies a story. It's a story of resilience, creativity, the unyielding spirit of our people. It is a story woven into the intricate patterns of our kangas and echoed in the melodies of our traditional songs. Today, as we gather for Pwani Innovation Week, let us remember this story. Let us honor our heritage as well as we venture into the future, inspired by the grace of the coconut palms that sway with the winds of change, yet remain deeply rooted in the soil of tradition. Together, let's create a new chapter where the wisdom of our past dances hand in hand with the limitless possibilities of our tomorrow. Pwani Innovation Week, where innovation and tradition embrace. Your Excellency, the Governor, Your Excellency, the ambassadors to France, Saudi Arabia, Belgium, First Daughter, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests in the house, karibuni sana to this beautiful event, the 4th edition of Pwani Innovation Week. Today, I would request you not just to be witnesses, but active participants in this tremendous journey. A journey that has been defined by, like my chair said, a lot of painful, hard work, but a lot of joy as well. Incredibly, we have found ourselves at our best when we are in pain, in stress, and we have learned that teamwork indeed makes this dream work. I must extend my deepest gratitude to the remarkable team that has toiled tirelessly, turning this event into reality. What you see before you is not merely an event, it's a labor of love, love for Pwani and its people, its culture and its values, an embodiment of sweat, tears, and countless sleepless nights. Together, I want to appreciate the entire Swahilipot Hub team of youth for their unwavering dedication. Please give them a resounding applause, ladies and gentlemen. This wasn't easy to pull off. Sometimes we read about the envisioned future for Africa Agenda 2063. Are we merely daydreaming, or are we architects of a tangible tomorrow? Better yet, considering our immediate environment, the superb, culturally rich, linguistically diverse Pwani that we call home, is there anything like the Pwani that we need? Pwani Innovation Week, while being a brainchild of Swahilipot Hub, has demonstrated that it can have a life, a path, a purpose of its own. Powered by amazingly young, talented minds, the event has developed its own character, its own vibe, and while doing this, it has created that impact that we all dreamt of. It has become the monumental factor that has the power to shape tech, business, and socio-economic endeavors in Pwani. It has also paved the way for a new word I will use, pan-Swahili vision that has allowed us to work from Mombasa, not only Mombasa, but towards other coastal counties and other spaces along the Swahili coast. And with the 4th edition, we have representations from Zanzibar, Dar es Salaam, Tanga, and beyond. I'm going to end this with a small story of my own. You see, many years ago, destiny introduced me to a remarkable individual named Mahmoud Noor, a visionary with a deep-seated belief in the potential of our youth. This was many, many years ago. We shared a dream of empowering the young minds of Pwani, harnessing their creativity and leveraging their talents to propel our region into the global stage. Today, as I look into this gathering, I see his dream manifesting before my very eyes. Chief Mentor 001 has given rise to hundreds of Mahmoud Noors since then. I have personally witnessed his energy and the energy that he has given on to his mentees and the innovators, the creators, the dreamers, and now leaders, all converging here at Pwani Innovation Week to showcase what our region has to offer and what they have to offer in return. Mahmoud Noor, a beacon of inspiration, a mentor to countless souls, and the visionary behind Swahilipot Hub Foundation and Pwani Innovation Week. My brother, I'm not very good at Kiswahili, but somebody wrote this for me. I'm going to read it out to you. Katika macho yake ndoto za vijana zinang'aa, kama shairi la mapenzi moyo wake unatamba-tamba. Mentor 001 Mahmoud Noor, nuru wa njia yetu. Kwa ujasiri na hekima, sisi tushafika mbali na tutafika mbali zaidi. Tena kwa furaha. Thank you. That was my Swahili. Pwani Innovation Week has enabled conversations that are incredible, that are difficult, but that are incredible. And it is quite in order for me to stand here as the chairperson of this event and state without fear, without bias, without doubt, that Pwani Innovation Week is an idea whose time had come, and it would have been a gross injustice if we had not made that move 4 years ago and hence continued today. I would like to state something, especially for His Excellency. History would have judged us very harshly if we had allowed the stereotypical idea that everything great and impactful happens only in Nairobi, and that Mombasa is just a place for criticism or somewhat destructive concepts that Mentor mentioned. I mean, for years, Mombasa has just been perceived as a place where drug use is rampant and laziness is the order of the day. But that is not true anymore. Pwani Innovation Week and the initiatives that His Excellency has been taking have dispelled such notions. We have proven that Pwani is the region where great minds meet, where the thinkers of today converge to create sustainable solutions for tomorrow. This is the vehicle that will, just like the railway did in 1900, take us to elsewhere, transport our business, our ideas, and our solutions and possibilities to other spaces. We therefore must congratulate the team behind this, and we must take a part to make it a success throughout. Ladies and gentlemen, I will wind up by saying our roots, our heritage, our culture, our language, no matter how far we wander, hold the key to our true essence. They say it takes a village to raise a child. That Pwani gave me my childhood, my dreams, and my identity I shall never forget. I believe in you artisans who carve out your dreams, in the young lady who stood up there and said, I have an idea. We believe in you. In the coders, in the poets, in the painters, in every artist who is sitting here, we believe in you, we believe in your teams, in your ideas, and we believe in each one of you who is here today at the Pwani Innovation Week. So in the spirit of our coastal ethos, we say again, karibu kwetu, wageni wetu, asante kwa uwepo wako, kwa shauku yako na kwa azma yako. Karibuni kwenye Pwani Innovation Week 2023. Thank you very much for your presence and your commitment. Welcome to the event where dreams take flight and innovation knows no limits. Karibuni sana. Thank you very much.
Let's appreciate the chairman one more time with a round of applause. You know, he just told me that I can see him behind the tent if I want to learn a bit of Swahili. Niongee kama yeye. Asante sana, chairman, for the offer. So I'll not embarrass you. Thank you so much anyway. That was a good start. I want, because of time, straight away to ask us all to have our attention to the screen that will just quickly demonstrate to us what has been happening here at Swahilipot. So please, technical team, go ahead.
In 2016, a great innovation was born. What seemed as an idea has now changed the lives of many young people in the coastal city of Mombasa. Ambition, hard work, strategic planning, and a noble initiative has brought about impactful change in the minds of the youth in Mombasa County, the Swahilipot hub.
I came for the first time to the coastal part of Kenya in 2007 to do the survey on the first undersea fiber optic cable that now connects the eastern coast of Africa to the rest of the world. So I was in the team under SECOM that was doing the survey from South Africa all the way to Djibouti on actually opening up the eastern coast of Africa, which was entirely depending on satellite communication.
Mahmoud Noor's passion for community became the powerful driving force that brought about the birth of the Swahilipot hub in Mombasa.
And as I was working with the undersea fiber optic cable, my passion has always been with community. I reached out to universities, I reached out to centers where I felt it was important for our young people, both that are in the educational institutions and also within communities. I felt it was important for them to understand what the technology around fiber optic, the technology around opening up the rest of Africa. And I think that's how I reached out to I know places like Baraton University, which is also connected to how Swahilipot Hub started, because when we actually supported their ICT week in 2009, around that time, and after that is when I met some of the young people or the leaders who are in that club at iHub in Nairobi. And one of their biggest problems that time, they told me, was internet connectivity. It was expensive, it was unstable. And although my work at SECOM was mainly operations and technical, my passion for community made the president allow me to do CSR as well. And I made a case for us to support the hubs in Nairobi. Eventually we supported hubs in Kampala and even the rest of Africa. So when we supported iHub, NILAB, MLab, Nairobi Garage with capacity, high-speed internet at no cost for many years, and up to now we are supporting most of them. But my question was always, why are we doing all this in Nairobi while the cable itself lands in Mombasa? And I think that is how Swahilipot was born. Because when I came back here in Mombasa, I remember telling that team, including the PS, then Bitang and Devo, why we do everything in Nairobi. So, but when I came back, I reached out to the National Museums of Kenya, who are good enough to give us the property, and then we committed capacity as SECOM to support them with internet connectivity, and then the Ministry of ICT brought in partners like Cisco.
The youth in Mombasa have found a place to showcase their intelligence, ideas, and brilliance. All this is with the vision that Mahmoud had to bring about success in the hub space in Mombasa and extend a gesture of hope to the coastal communities.
So we thought then one of the areas where a lot of our young people within the coast were also strong, they're creative, they're talented, whether it is, and creative is very wide. So we decided let us fuse arts into our tech space, and we became the first tech space within Kenya and probably within Africa to fuse technology with arts. And when we did that, we saw actually there was need, because our number immediately rose from around 70 to over 1,000. And from there, I think our journey started.
Swahilipot Hub has brought about success to the lives of many young people, with most of them now having success stories birthed from various programs like the Pitching Thursday and the Pwani Innovation Program, all of whom are proud of to be associated with this great idea.
I am Okoth Tonyo Dipo, a creative director, a scriptwriter, a director too, film, theater, and writing. So what I expect is that Pwani Innovation Week will automatically enhance the skill set of the youths and bring innovations to life, and also promote innovations of the youths. Basically, youth engagement in tech and art. For me personally, the aspect of regularly talking about my business individually is an aspect that I didn't have at first, but I've grown as an individual in order to be able to share my enterprise with a lot of people. And it's also very welcoming, since people will be interested to understand what we do. So orally, this Pitching Thursday is a dime and it helps you improve.
With his bid to secure the future of young people through tech, Mahmoud Noor says he has to give everyone an equal chance to grow in their field of study and develop their career path. Engaging youth in productive endeavors has contributed to wins in the fight against drug abuse in Mombasa, an outcome that Noor is proud of to be associated with.
One of the biggest challenges in Mombasa was, and that was very glaring, was the drug abuse. Then we had issues of radicalization. We still have issues of juvenile gangs. A lot of young people who are hopeless. And we thought if we just, well, in fact, we realized that when we just say it is a tech hub, a lot of them feel that it is not their space. Because when you talk of tech, they assume there's a lot of coding, a lot of engineering. And we also have a good number that, because if you look at the transition in 2018 at 38% from primary to secondary, it means a lot have not completed probably and passed well high school for them to go to colleges. So these are the young people that we are dealing with who feel that they are hopeless.
The impact he brought to the youth in Mombasa County has attracted other stakeholders who are ready to support his bid to bring change to their community.
Kenya Red Cross is partnering with the Swahilipot to organize the Pitching Thursdays, and we are judges every week, and also we provide them with some of our entrepreneurs who are being trained to pitching through the Women's Social Entrepreneurship Institute, and take the Pitching Thursday as an opportunity to improve their skills and to make some connections. I would say that half of our ladies entrepreneurs from now on have been pitching. They're taking this, the Pitching Thursday, as a training to improve their skills, grow their confidence, and also gather some inputs and connections from the other partners. They will be more than ready to pitch for our final pitch competition, but also to the Pwani Innovation Week for sure.
They also brought in Huawei, and then we had connectivity in the hub. Once we had that, then we reached out to the tech community. Now when the tech community came, we started it also as a tech hub, following the footsteps of iHub, NILAB and the rest in Nairobi. But over time we thought we needed to be more relevant to our community here, because when you put up something, the intention also is for it to impact what is around us.
His efforts have never gone to waste, since many young people raised from the hub eventually came out prosperous and better than they were in the beginning.
We have a lot of stories that have passed through here, even Gilitix Media, which was also one of the ideas that were created and amplified during the Pwani Innovation Week. So that is how the journey of Swahilipot happened. Now it is now a center for a lot of young people. Over 2,000 young people use it at different times. from mainly Kwale, Kilifi, and Mombasa, and they consider it a safe space.
The annual Pwani Innovation Week has always been the marquee event where young innovators are given the opportunity to network with like-minded individuals around the country. But this year, the event has gone international. The Pwani Innovation Week 2023 has involved youth from countries along the Swahili coast, Somalia, Kenya, Tanzania, and Mozambique to share their ideas and innovations and create a vibrant ecosystem of innovators on the African continent.
Gentlemen, I want us to quickly transition to very quick sessions of some of the people around here, and then our chief guest is going to address us today. So I want to request Michael to kindly come, founder 4BM. Michael, if you could kindly come very fast. Thank you. Welcome, Michael.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's morning. Good. I got you. So you're awake. So I will dispense with the formalities because those were already given, but I'll just very quickly say to the excellencies who are here, the ambassador from Saudi Arabia, the ambassador from France, the ambassador from Belgium, of course our host governor of Mombasa County, and to all our distinguished guests in the room. So mine is a very simple task, is to get this ship from this port into the official opening by our host, who's the governor. But just before I do that, Governor, you're in a very enviable position. I can almost guarantee you that your 46 colleagues across the county would have loved to have been sitting where you're sitting with these people in front and all those partners within one room, brought to them by a totally private foundation. So please have a seat. Let us engage with our guests who are here today, and let us hear from them. To all the young people who are here, good to see you once again. As always, you are the best human capital and resource in the whole of the African continent, and that is why yes, and I truly mean that, and you probably know from within here how many people we have exported across the world and will continue to do. So our first keynote speaker for this segment of our event is Paul Akwabi. Paul, where are you? Yes, Paul, come forward. Paul has been running Tech Kids for about 6 years and 10 months, and he's a youth himself, and what better way to set the stage than to have Paul come and give us a keynote. Paul, you have about 5 minutes, please. Thank you, and karibu sana.
Thank you so much. Your Excellency, the Governor, Your Excellency, the ambassadors, all protocols observed. I think is it a morning? Good morning. Yes, my name is Akwabi Paul, and I'm so proud to be part of Swahilipot from day one. Now, let me just make a clarification when we're seeing the images of these people here and the ropes rolling within. At Tech Kids Africa, which is a technology academy for children and teenagers, we champion for online safety and cyber security, and these represent the hackers, but we use this image to tell the young people on how to use the internet in a safe way. So this is a representation of how internet has to be as safe as possible. Now, just proceed to my presentation. I have been at Swahilipot from its inception. The first time I met Mahmoud Noor, my mentor when I was at the Technical University of Mombasa, he believed in me, and urged me to be part of the community of Swahilipot Hub. And from then, he used to encourage us to innovate and to work out to support the entire community. Now, he used to tell us when Swahilipot started in 2016 that one day we'll be having those delegates that you have to book appointments to see them, yet you cannot see them at your comfort zone. We'll be having them coming here and interacting with you. It looked like a dream that will never come. But today, indeed, as Mr. Osman was just saying here, this is a dream that was there from way back in 2016 in our mentor, Mahmoud Noor. Now, from then, we walked the journey and we realized there is a gap. And the gap was, there was a gap between us getting enough innovators within the coastal line. I came up with an idea, and as yesterday, Amal was here, and she said about how people pushed her to start the idea here. I asked about having kids and teenagers being trained in technology so that we are able to be a pipeline that feeds the likes of Swahilipot and other innovation hub with rightful content and rightful skilled people. So, approaching Mahmoud Noor as a mentor, he walked us through all that and allowed us to start as Tech Kids Africa here. So this is a home where Tech Kids Africa actually was born. Next slide, please. Now, Swahilipot is a garden where seeds of knowledge grow into mighty hawks and sheltering community from storms of ignorance. I know His Excellency the Governor, Mr. Osman and Malenga back there will challenge me maybe to say it in Swahili. Swahilipot ni bustani ambayo elimu hukuzwa kukua miti mikubwa sana na kukinga jamii kwenye dhoruba ya ujinga. And that one is what actually has been all through. So next slide, please. Now, we started with only 2 kids, and the number started growing. As we talk right now, from Tech Kids Africa on the entire mentorship, we've been able to mentor more than 20,000 learners across actually Mombasa. And this actually started just here, actually, as we, next slide, please. Now, I don't know if the governor can remember himself there. He was still the MP of Mvita County. But what I liked so much is he believed in the dream of young people. This was our first expo. We were telling people that we want to have kids showcasing their ideas in technology, and people were doubting that. But our governor, who was still an MP, believed in that, and he was the only leader actually who came to support us then. Governor, that boy that you're holding there, you liked his idea so much. It was a voting up. And the next slide, please. This is Ahmed Lukman. Ahmed Lukman, after then, went to Lion's Den and pitched his idea and got supported by investors. Next slide, please. Ahmed Lukman then came back in 2019 and was actually empowering the other kids. And this was after he was the best in the country, and he was mentioned actually by the former President Uhuru Kenyatta as the best kid in coding. As if that is not enough, His Excellency and all guests here, Ahmed Lukman ended up also to get a scholarship to Stanford University. Now, other stories like Ahmed Lukman, who started from high school level. We are having Shamael Karani, who was one of the speakers yesterday here. And today, we started with her when she was at Star of the Sea, when she was in Form 2. Today, she's doing computer science as a course, and she has a community of ladies being empowered on technology. On the other side, we are having Justin Juguna. I don't know if he's here. Justin? Okay, yeah. Okay, he's one of the guys, Justin Juguna, you can just remove the mask. Is a student of software engineering as we talk right now at Kenya Coast, and also a certified software engineer. This started when they were in Form 2. And His Excellency the Governor, the program you have started about the high school's mentorship. This program started also in high school as a mentorship. And this is just to show you, with years, we are able to produce tech skills that even the entire country cannot afford in this town under your leadership. Now, this is just how we started the first expo with His Excellency the Governor, how the training has been, and something I like so much about my mentor here, Mr. Mahmoud Noor. You can see we are having a walk for internet on the Internet Safety Day. And my mentor left everything else he was doing and walked with me on the streets to speak about the importance of technology and the importance of using technology in a rightful way within the entire community. Next slide, please. As I wind up, His Excellency the Governor and all the ambassadors within and the guests as well, this thing that started from here, today, we have managed to evolve and continue doing trainings. And we came up with an innovation which is a robotic kit. I think I can just give out. Yeah, that is a guide for robotic kit. This robotic kit is able to be used to do programming. You have seen the robotic cars that have been here. These cars actually have been made out of that robotic kit. It is invented from here, and we are making it locally here to learn robotics. And with this booklet has a curriculum to do 20 innovative robotic and Internet of Things projects. Just 2 weeks ago, Cambridge University actually certified us at this course to be used also for training because we are using the Raspberry Pi microprocessor. And all this is coming up from Mombasa here, from local here, and also born from Swahilipot here. And today, I would like to tell all my fellow youth that every idea counts. The only difference from where you are and where we are going is to act and make make a move. Now, without actually further ado, first thing I want again to go back to the statement. Swahilipot, a garden where knowledge, seeds of knowledge grow mighty oaks, sheltering the entire community from the storms of, sheltering the entire community from storms of ignorance. Thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to engage with you. Thank you so much.
A round of applause. Thank you very much. I'd like to call Omari Bakari to please come forward from Tanga. You have 5 minutes, please. Karibu sana.
Thank you very much, His Excellency. On behalf of my team from Tanzania, let me thank Mahmoud for inviting us to be here. And to me, I think this is a very interesting part of my learning to participate in supporting the innovation ecosystems, especially when I look back 2010 when I came to Nairobi for the first innovation conference, and everybody was crying and crying and crying. And today when I look at my friend from Kenya Innovation Agencies, the Innovation Fund, all these organizations were not there at that time. And it's a similar context when we look at Tanzania. Most of these organizations by 2010 were not in that space. But by looking at and seeing the importance of the innovation, and if you not innovate, you perish in this dynamic, so you will become behind. So from the Tanzanian context, we are really value the youth. And one of the interesting history that we have when we were establishing the first ICT incubation in Tanzania, we invited the ABSA. Where is the ABSA people? We invited them, and they were not really very interested at that time. And then later, these youth showed their capabilities and actually disturbing the banks industries. So they become even hacking them. So in reality, if you don't having this framework to support them, sometimes they become faster and do things beyond what we expect. And then they create the chaos within the community. So thank you, Mahmoud, for creating a platform to optimize this. But to me, I was so happy yesterday to hear what Rajab was saying, how he was committed and ambitious in supporting his fellow youth to do that. But I think the most important part was Amal, when she shared with me this product and thinking of the vision that she wanted to grow. And when I was looking at the panel this morning, and I decided to twist my discussion and say, it seems everybody who should support Amal is here. And I want to challenge Mahmoud and say, maybe next year when I come, we want to see Amal is in the export market. Because to me, that's where we can believe the ecosystems from the financial institutions, from the supporting organizations, where we always say everything is good, but in reality, sometimes there are some bolted nuts we need to flag in. And most importantly, when we are pushing our youth to innovate, those who are up in supposed to provide these youth, we should also innovate in our way to see how we could support the youth by understanding them and see how they can provide the result that we want. And I hear the Innovation Fund, I hear it. And in Tanzania, we did ask ourselves that for youth, the higher population of employment is in agriculture. But youth are not much in agriculture. So we have designed a very good flagship program that called Build Better Tomorrow. That's also engage youth in the different sector supporting it. Especially when you look at the bank industries, they are crying that they have an asset, but the smallholder farmers, they are crying that they need that asset. So this is one of the, oh, it's ready. So this is one of the area that is needed. But in here, what we are saying is, we have our youth that we have come up from Tanga, and we are seeing is this an opportunity for knowledge exchange. Based on this title this year, I'm sure we will have a strong collaboration across the coast in order to realize these impact that we are looking for. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The take home from there is that Swahilipot now has to develop a partnership arrangement with other countries and other regions. So I'd like to invite Bernard Maranga from Communications Authority to please come forward. I would like to recognize Harry. We see you in the house. Thank you for coming. We're in your homeland.
Your Excellency the Governor, I'm here on behalf of Bwana Christopher Wambua, who is the Director General. He passes his regards and the wishes he would have been here. So I'll just take a few minutes to go through his remarks for the occasion of this opening of Pwani Innovation Week. So today, I want to talk about a concept that has fundamentally transformed the world we live in. Innovation is the driving force behind progress, the spark that ignites change and a compass guiding humanity towards a better future. Sailing beyond borders through innovation means breaking down the barriers that have historically divided us: language, geography, and technology, including culture. It is about harnessing power of technology to connect people from all corners of the globe, fostering collaboration and that once was unimaginable. The government of Kenya developed a 10-year digital master plan to provide a coordinated approach to planning, designing, management, and the provision of digital services to citizens, businesses, and other stakeholders. As Kenya continues its digital trajectory, issues of safety in the cyberspace, as highlighted by tech kids, are becoming more prominent. And the government, therefore, has to position itself to harness this technology to accelerate development for its people. Thus, we cannot run away from innovation. Innovation is about creativity. It's about taking challenges from new angles, daring to question the status quo, and envisioning solutions that were possibly unimaginable. Think of a young man from the plains of Kitengela, Richard, who in 2013, when he was barely 13 years old, he thought about how to scare away the lions that had really troubled their family. Richard went on to invent what was famously known as lion lights that were able to save their family and livestock. Innovation, therefore, is about adaptability and its ability to embrace change and pivot where necessary, learn from failures. In conclusion, innovation is not just a buzzword. It's not a trend. It is a timeless force that has shaped the course of history and will continue to do so. It's a force that resides in each one of us. As we look ahead to the future, let's remember that the power of innovation is within our grasp, and let us embrace it and make the future truly look the future that it should be. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Bernard. The next organization that's coming up is as young as its CEO, ICTA. I invite Stanley Kamugaya to please come up. Kamuguya.
Your Excellency the Governor, Your Excellencies, in the interest of time, allow me to adopt the protocols earlier observed. First of all, I want to take this opportunity to congratulate Swahilipot, led by the board, the chair, and of course the chief mentor, who every time I pass by here, I'm really impressed by his humility and passion for the youth. We as the ICT Authority are really pleased to partner with Swahilipot to drive the agenda of innovation for our youth, because we believe that our young people are now the future and the current for our digital economy. It is interesting to note that in the last year, 2022, the global IT-enabled jobs were amounting to about 600 billion US dollars, out of which majority was coming from India, Africa contributing just a small percentage, about 2%, and Kenya barely doing about $500 million. And this is only for the IT enabled services market. Now, what the digital economy is doing is to then open up all other sectors of the economy for us to be able to use the digital space as an enabler. When you look at this huge opportunity and you compare with the number of young people that we are dealing with, for example, in sub-Saharan Africa, about 70% of the population is actually people below the age of 30 years. Here in Kenya, 60% of our population is between the ages of 16 years and 24 years. So we are saying we then need to work together and build an ecosystem that helps us to take advantage of the already existing opportunities and bridge the gap that is already there in the global market, even as we build local demand. And therefore, we believe that working together with all the stakeholders is really time for us to escalate on the foundational work that has already been laid. So first and foremost, we need to build an environment that is inclusive and that cultivates a culture of innovation. And we really want to thank Swahilipot that it doesn't only provide an opportunity for people to gather together to share ideas, it also provides a safe space for the young people. And we want to encourage, in collaboration with the county governments, the members of parliament, His Excellency the President has directed us as the authority to do 1,450 digital hubs across the country to bring access to connectivity, access to devices to the young people, and to train them for them to be able to take advantage of these spaces. So we also need to equip the young people not only with the devices that I've mentioned, and for us, we are at the forefront of providing and supporting hubs like this with the devices that they require, and also the internet connectivity that is required to run the facility, but most critically, the digital skills that are required, not only for the people handling ICT-related jobs, but also for the creatives and all other sectors who have innovative ideas to be able to exploit the digital space. I think we also need to work together to develop supportive programs. I think earlier in the panel discussion, someone was trying to explain how most of our innovators struggle to go through the third year. And we understand the number of efforts that different sectors are playing to support the innovators. At the ICT Authority, we have established a program that will help us to coordinate with other government agencies to bring all these stakeholders together so that we can strengthen the issues of funding for our innovators, the issues of incubation, and also scaling these people to commercial enterprises. Lastly, to our young people, we want to ask you to be patient and trust the process. Innovation is difficult because you're experimenting, you're taking risks. And like the young person who was just here, you've heard, how many years ago did they start? Is it 2017? 2016. And now is when they are starting to see the results. So we are asking, even as we establish the mechanisms to support you, please be patient, be willing and ready to learn, relearn, and unlearn as necessary, and trust the process. Thank you very much, Your Excellencies.
Thank you, Stanley. So Stanley is the CEO of ICTA. He will be around later on, so look out for him. Now, my next question is just to the youths who are here. Anybody who's under 35, I want you to show me by a show of hands. Was any, yes, okay. Were any of you affected by climate change? Have any of you been affected by climate change? Put up your hand if you were. Okay, that's fine. Do any of you eat 3 times a day? You do? Fine. Do any of you know that honey is the only food that never goes bad? You know that? Okay, so the next person I'm going to introduce is a lady who, her foundation, works around those three issues. Charlene Ruto, come forward, please.
Good morning, everyone. Mko poa? Sini event ya youth. Msikue serious hivo. This is a youth event. Sindio Mahmoud? Nice. So, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, future leaders who are here, the young people, and Mentor 001. Today, I wanted to touch on the theme of this year's Pwani Innovation Week, Sailing Beyond Borders, Empowering Kenyan Youth in the Digital Economy for a Sustainable Future. I thought it was interesting that this topic is here and we are in the coastal city of Mombasa, the word sailing. So what is sailing for us in this context, and how do we sail? Sailing is an act of beginning a voyage. In our case, this has been kickstarted by the Pwani Innovation Week 2023. Even if there have been similar events in the past, this is the 4th edition. Today's and this week's sailing is different. This is because we are sailing beyond the borders. We are sailing beyond the borders, not just of our country, but of our minds and of our hearts. As youth, sailing beyond the borders requires us to have a complete mindset and attitude shift. It means that as youth, we stop thinking of ourselves as just Kenyans within Kenya, but as Kenyans in Africa, Kenyans in Asia, Kenyans in Europe. I'm sure you get the drift. This means that we maintain our national pride and heritage and the plenty that is within our borders. But it also means that we spread our sails to test international waters. Sailing beyond borders requires our resilience, our time, our energy, because at times we don't know how long it will take us to reach the destination. It depends on the strength of the winds that carry our boat. Now imagine this. We are sailing beyond the borders. We are moving. The journey has begun. So how will we then be empowered for a sustainable future? I want to present to you that we begin by using what we have, what is in our hands, or rather, what we are in. In this case, the boat we are using to sail. This boat is the Pwani Innovation Week. This boat has various components within it that we can use for a sustainable future. The components, part of the components are our voice, attention, mentorship, and collaboration. As youth, we have a voice. We have ideas, we are creative, we are brilliant. We need more and more avenues to voice our ideas, platforms to share our creativity, and audiences to listen to our plans. Therefore, we must be given the voice, space, and platform. With a platform and a voice, we also need attention from our leaders, policymakers, implementers, and influencers. Everyone needs to give the youth attention and actively listen to what we have to say. What does actively listening mean? It means that there is goodwill and actual intention to take up our thoughts and our ideas, and not passively, where these ideas are shared and left to gather dust in the shelves. With attention, there needs to be mentorship and collaboration. As youth, we cannot do it alone. And so all involved persons need to create an enabling environment, hold our hand, and offer guidance and mentorship along the way. This boat of ours, the Pwani Innovation Week, has given us a voice, a platform for our creativity and ideas, attention, and offered us mentors and collaborators. Many of you here today, you've told us you like our ideas, you like what we've presented, you like our innovations, but please, don't just like us, invest in us. You have shared your contacts with us. Please, after this event, don't get tired of our many phone calls, our WhatsApps, our text messages. Maybe we'll send you a meme or two to lighten the mood, and our numerous emails. We understand you're very busy, and you're mostly in meetings such as these ones, events such as these, So either connect us to a member of your team we can liaise with, or get back to us at your earliest convenience. Also, give us that promised meeting, that additional connection. Even if it is not now, even if it is next year or the year after, we will practice patience and wait. In conclusion, earlier this year as I turned 30, I reached out to the young people and asked them how they would like us to work together and how I can support them. The responses were so overwhelming, and as I wait to fully reveal these 30 things later this month, nataka kuwaibia siri kidogo. One of the things suggested by the young people is technology and digital literacy. I bring this up because as I traverse this country and visit various counties, there are still many young people who do not have access to technology and digital literacy. Yet we're in the era of technology and digital literacy. We have the power to empower over 30 million young people with the skills and knowledge to navigate the digital landscape, leverage the power of technology to create, innovate, transform lives as we bridge the digital divide and ensure no one is left behind in the digital revolution. So to the young people gathered here today, you are one step ahead. I want to appeal to you that because you have a voice, a platform, a seat on the table, access to these great leaders, do not forget the other young person behind you who is yet to be where you are. Be to them what no one was to you. Be their voice, pay attention to them, mentor them, collaborate with them. And do not give up. Apply for that funding one more time. Call that CEO one more time. Visit that office one more time. Try it again. And if it doesn't work in that particular direction, guess what? You can change course and try any other route in this vast ocean. Bon voyage.
Okay, so we are in trouble because we're going to get very many more phone calls, very more WhatsApp messages, but we do gladly accept them. Thank you very much, Charlene, for your message there to the young people in this room. And as you can see, yes, and as you can see, young people, we are truly concerned about your welfare, and therefore we also brought somebody who's of your own age set who can relate with you and talk with you. Now, we have about 210,000 Kenyans that work and live in one certain country across the globe who also partners with us in a lot of trade. And the ambassador is here, and that country happens to be Saudi Arabia. So we know that we have a lot of casual and domestic workers that work there, but Your Excellency, the ambassador from Saudi Arabia, this is our tech, our art, and our heritage community. We're now appealing and asking you to look into that too. Karibu and welcome.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Good afternoon. Excellencies, the Governor, I was prepared my speech because they asked me to prepare a speech about Neom City. But when I just came here and I found that there is a youth here and talking about innovation, I will talk about our experience in Saudi Arabia, how we just encourage the youth in Saudi Arabia to be lead the country. I remember in 2015, that Saudi Arabia will start to send the students to all over the countries. We send more than 1,500,000 all over. Yeah, sorry. Thank you. I will hand it. Yeah, we send our students to more than 56 countries all over the world. And we allowed our students there, they are youth, we allowed them to study different kinds of science. And when they are just come back to Saudi Arabia, we are we are facing in 2020 the COVID pandemic. And in that time, you know, most of the people, they are not moving. And our students, the students coming from back to Saudi Arabia, they are start to use what they are studying. They are create a lot of applications in Saudi Arabia to arrange the life during the pandemic. This is how we can like ask we get all the things from the youth when you just encourage him, support him to do the good things. This is what I have to share with you. Now our students, they are ready to pass their experience. We opened the scholarship for the Kenyan students to come to Saudi Arabia and to study there. We increased the scholarships for the Kenyan to be 200 yearly, an easy way they can go there and study. This is what we'd like to share with you. This is our experience, how we can encourage the youth and how they can just succeed. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. I would now like to call upon a country that's now become a very good friend to Kenya. Van Den is sitting there, but I want to call upon our good friends from Belgium and the Belgian ambassador, His Excellency Peter Maddens, who's also a former schoolmate of mine. So, karibu and welcome, Your Excellency.
Thank you, Michael. There we go. Thank you very much, Excellency, Governor, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, innovators and friends. Thank you, Michael, for that introduction. Yeah, I have a bit of a story here. I grew up in Nairobi. I went to school at St. Mary's in 1979. Most of your parents weren't even born yet, I think. Thank you, Mahmoud, for inviting me again to this event. It's a real honor to stand before you for the second time at the Pwani Innovation Week. This event is a testament to the incredible levels of innovation and entrepreneurship that exist here at the Kenya coast. So it's a privilege to address this gathering of creative minds and visionaries. Innovation, as we all know, is the lifeblood of progress, and without it, we will never transform communities, economies, or indeed our world. At the same time, that transformation needs to be rooted in the wisdom of our ancestors, and here at the coast, that is what we find in droves with its rich history and diverse culture spanning generations. Every generation faces challenges that are different from those of their forebears. Ours are climate change, inequality, and intolerance. It's only with innovation that we'll navigate these uncharted waters successfully, so innovation is not a choice, it's a necessity. It means harnessing the power of technology and knowledge to create sustainable solutions and to find ways to protect our environment, promote inclusive growth, improve quality of life for all of us, and rid our societies of intolerance. One of the most pressing challenges of our era, climate change, needs a fresh perspective and unwavering determination. And from what I see at my age, as I mentioned, young people are driving sustainable innovations that promise to revolutionize the way we combat environmental degradation. Renewable energy sources, eco-friendly transportation, smart resource management are all products of youthful innovation, shaping a future where climate change mitigation is not just a necessity, but an opportunity. And there's Belgians right here in Kenya doing just that. There's a guy called Thomas who's developed hydroelectric power in shipping containers and is distributing it to villages in Murang'a County. Olivier, who's right here, is buying up computers and refurbishing refurbishing them right here in Mombasa to sell them at very affordable prices. And in the tourism sector, there's a couple called Loic and Valerie who have built a carbon-neutral safari camp in Masai Mara. These people have inspired me. This week, actually today, we're starting to retrofit my embassy in Nairobi to be carbon neutral in its operations. We should be done with construction by January, and that will make the Belgian embassy the first carbon neutral embassy in Kenya and the first Belgian carbon neutral embassy worldwide. I'm telling you these stories to make a point that it's important not only to talk the walk, but also to walk the walk. However small our contributions, this is how we're going to achieve climate change and the climate change goals that we set ourselves. Pwani Innovation Week is at the and Swahilipot is at the intersection of innovation, youth engagement, global citizenship, and so amplifies their influence on policy and decision-making processes. Through platforms like social media and grassroots movements, young individuals can voice their concerns, influence public opinion, and hold leaders accountable for their actions. We're counting on the youth of today to bridge divisions and to mend mistrust that have persisted over time. Today's young people have an enormous responsibility, including, I think, because my generation's heritage is so mixed. My grandfather was born in 1895. By the age of 50, he and his generation had rebuilt Belgium twice. They went on to give us systems and institutions to guarantee peace and wealth redistribution. They gave us the international system of organizations which made war unthinkable and internal wealth distributions through social security and healthcare. Our parents strengthened those systems and institutions, and what are we doing with that legacy? We disparage the institutions left us by our grandparents. We return to ideologies that our grandparents gave their lives to fight. We encourage policies built on selfishness. But what I see happening with today's young people fills me with hope. You're more empathetic, you're smarter, you're kinder, you're more innovative, you're more creative than I remember being at your age. And what Pwani and Swahilipot are doing in that respect is absolutely incredible. This week is not just an event, it's a symbol of our commitment to a brighter future for the coastal region and for Kenya and for Africa, and actually for the whole world. It's a call to action, a reminder that the power to shape our destiny lies within us. The challenges we face may be great, but so is our capacity for innovation. Please carry the spirit of innovation with you. Continue, like Charlene was just saying, continue to dream, to create, and to collaborate. Because together we can build a village that is not only rich in tradition, but also a hub of innovation, a beacon of progress, and a shining example for this whole world. Thank you, and may this week's innovative spirit continue to thrive in the years to come, guided by your bright minds and united efforts. Those of you who hold the power to break down divisions and build bridges of trust for a more prosperous future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the Belgian ambassador. So I want to tell you young people something. If you want to keep your mind agile and you want to keep your brains running for a very long time, the more languages you can speak, it actually helps you at an older age continue being active in your brain. So how many people, I'm sure that most of you do not know that there's over 400 schools in this country that actually teach French as a second language. And there's over 30,000 Kenyans who have learned and continue to learn French. Last week I had the privilege of spending time with the French ambassador, His Excellency Ehud Gachugu, in Kisumu, on a whole different level altogether. But I want to thank him for being here, because the first time when we met His Excellency, I was actually with Mahmoud, and we're actually at Peter's house. And he hadn't presented, he had actually not yet presented his paper, so he wasn't an ambassador then. So then I could call him by his first name. But now I have to introduce and ask His Excellency Ehud Gachugu, the French ambassador, to come forward and give his remarks.
Thank you, Michael. You can still call me Arnaud. Mheshimiwa Governor wa Mombasa, Baraza la Mabalozi, mabibi na mabwana, hamjamboni nyote. Habari za mchana. Mimi ni furaha sana kwa inarudi hapo Swahilipot. It's really a pleasure. Ninapenda kushukuru Bwana Mentor Chief, Mahmoud Noor, and I would like to tell him hongera sana for what you did. Piga makofi tafadhali. I think it's already a success, and we feel privileged to be witnessing this Pwani Innovation Week, and we feel privileged to be part of it. So thank you, Mahmoud, and thank you all the team of Swahilipot for making this possible. Asanteni sana. I'm not going to be too long, and since we're in Swahilipot, I'll try my broken Swahili. But asema, kazi kwa vijana, pesa kwa wazee. I think we need to reverse. Pesa kwa vijana pia. And I think that's what we're all trying to do. I think talent is there, no doubt. And I think you want to call it innovation, you want to call it creativity. I think it's all there. And Michael, yes, I was also in Kisumu, and talent is not restricted and limited to Nairobi. It's there. And it's there here also in Pwani. So we feel it. I think what we feel very optimistic is that there's a sense of leadership by the national government. There's an initiative called Talanta Hela, which is aimed at monetizing talent of young people. They say pesa mfukoni, or sana kwa biashara. And I think we feel very optimistic because also there's a leadership here in Mombasa from the local government, the county government, led by His Excellency the Governor. And just 3 weeks ago, we were together, and Mahmoud, you were there, Your Excellency the Governor, you were there. We opened an innovation lab in Mbaraki School for Girls. Priyanka, you were there. And we hope this lab will provide a platform for young people to empower their skills. I think there's already a cohort of women entrepreneurs have been trained in various fields, being wood carving, being 3D, being entrepreneurship. So I just want to say to all the young people that this innovation there is here in Mombasa. It's called IOME 001 in Mbakari School for Girls. So please go. As we move along, and since we're in Swahilipot, which is a place for art, tech, and heritage, I just want to zoom in on those aspects, which is the cultural or the creative industry, where we feel there's a lot of talent, and we're going towards, in partnership, towards structuring it as an industry and monetizing talent. So we're launching, in support of the national government, a program called Creative Africa, which is about 160 million shillings across the country to provide capacity building, capacity training, and offering a platform whereby creative from Kenya can have access also to creative in Europe, not only in France. We have also some companies in Belgium in the fields of cartooning. So we're going to roll out this program, and we're quite optimistic it will bring add value. Now, let me just finish by saying, what about the coast? I'd like to mention 2 initiatives that are already rolling out. One is called Cinema Mtaani, which has already been started. I think I see the director of the Alliance Française of Mombasa, Luca. Please stand up. So if you're a young creative from the coast and you want to produce films, here's your guy. And I think we're quite excited because we're going to roll this program, helping also creative from the coast, together with the Coastal Film Commission, to provide creative from the coast and help them display their work. And I think it's creative also in terms of small amount of resource you can use to create film. The second thing, Bwana Governor, we're going to do together with you and together with the National Museum of Kenya is we're going to embark on this program of 3D digitization of heritage, and especially for Jesus, to work on something that could be also of use in terms of bringing the very rich and vast heritage of Mombasa to the world. So I feel very optimistic. I wish you a lot of deliberations. If you want emails, we have people here who are staying in Mombasa, so we're not far from you. Asanteni sana.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. We're now coming to the highlight of our keynote addresses, but just before I introduce His Excellency, the Governor of Mombasa, I want to again make a very important point. So one of the things that me and Mentor 001 have in common is we keep saying and we keep believing that Nairobi is not Kenya and Kenya is not Nairobi. And that is why we spend a lot of time investing and ensuring that other countries also must be visible and must also get the resources that traditionally has gone to Nairobi. I want to still appeal to my good brother, Omwansa, who I have said this several times and he knows what I'm about to say. Kenya Innovation Week must go to the counties. It must stop being done in Nairobi and we must now see it in counties. Otherwise, we must then change it from Kenya Innovation Week to Nairobi Innovation Week because it's been there for too long. So we want to see Kenya Innovation Week across the counties. Thank you. And also just a tidbit before I invite the governor over, and in relation to all the things they've been asking here, a lot of us continue being very committed to the young people who are in this room through very many other platforms that you may not know and you may not see. So I'm going to appeal to all the young people here that on Wednesday night, the Forgotten Bottom Millions, which is the logo between Kenya and Kenya Red Cross, which is the largest social media platform in Kenya that gives free opportunities over WhatsApp, will be having its awards here. If you're not on that group, you've missed out on a lot of opportunities, and get onto it. But now it is my single honor and duty to ask His Excellency, the Governor of Mombasa, to please come over and give the keynote address. Thank you.
Asanteni, let's, but actually maybe it's good exercise. We stand and better. Hamjambo. First and foremost, I want to take the opportunity to welcome you all to Mombasa. His Excellencies, we don't take for granted. Your presence here is truly an honor to us, not just to the people of Mombasa, but to me, myself, as an individual. To the team from Swahilipot, from Mahmoud, to every other person, from the board, and needless to say, everyone who makes Swahilipot what it is today, a huge congratulations. This is indeed an uplifting moment, a truly uplifting moment where we can be able to showcase a pinch of the best of what this country has to be able to offer. I want to make a confession. My win in becoming the governor of Mombasa has a lot to do with innovation. Every innovation that actually was put together by brilliant minds who actually are from Swahilipot. So I can I looked at, I had presentations that this Swahilipot has been able to produce this and this and this, and Swahilipot. Now I have a confession, Swahilipot produced a governor as well. So, and I think now what is most important is the narrative should no longer be an issue of anything else, but what it is that I can be able to do for yourselves, young innovators. One of the things that we are currently in the process of doing, this is going to go hand in hand, especially to the companies that provide internet, the digital service providers. The county government is embarking on putting what is called a Dig Smart Act, an act basically meant to ensure that whoever is going to be putting up a property or whoever wants to put up a road, we need to have fiber cables to be installed so that connectivity can be able to be done faster, quicker, without necessarily being a burden on our infrastructure where every single time we have to continuously dig our roads. That is something that is very feasible and is doable. Mombasa has gone hand in hand. We currently have already advertised for putting a smart city, Mombasa to become a smart city. We've advertised for the same, putting up CCTVs that are going to be able to assist us in reducing the levels of crime and road rage and road bad habits that continue, traffic offenses. And that is something that we have already advertised. We're waiting for those tenders to be closed before we can be able to embark with yourselves. And something else, this is something that I think Swahilipot and the team here needs to be truly proud of. We realize where our problem and our challenge is. Our challenge is lack of jobs. A huge amount of young people out there who are jobless. And then we realized as well that we have a number of companies that want to invest within Mombasa, from the special economic zones to everywhere else. And I gave a challenge to the team, and I'm glad to say that that challenge is now, I know I've pushed you a lot. I know that I always crack the whip, but I think the challenge is now bearing fruit, where very soon we are going to be launching together with yours truly, Swahilipot, where this partnership does not become a partnership of realizing what happened in the past until I become governor, but realizing what partnership means so that once I am where I am and you are where you are, with both of us having different talents, both of us having a same passion for the people of Mombasa, both of us having a passion to be able to drive ourselves, we're now launching the Fursa app, an app that will be able to be ring-fenced. I'm not going to shy away from it. We're going to ring-fence this app so that someone who is out of Mombasa, one, cannot be able to access it. My job is to ensure that the people of Mombasa are the ones who are going to be able to benefit from the job opportunities. Two, it is going to be an app where everyone can be able to upload all their data, their bio, who they are, what it is that they've studied, their necessary papers and everything else. And our role now is to take that to potential employers so that we can be able to do what needs to be done. And I'm glad to say that a number of potential employers have already shown interest in this. So I'm looking forward to launching this. Again, you need to be proud. All of you need to be proud. You did this totally as Mombasa. Totally as Mombasa. You never got a helping hand from anyone, but you were able to do this as Mombasa. And the driving factor here was the goodwill that we both share together. The driving factor was the talent that you have, and most important, the passion that we both share for Mombasa. So thank you very much. I want to welcome everyone. For ndugu zetu kutoka Tanzania, karibuni sana. Najua naweza kuambiwa sizungumzi Kiswahili, lugha ya taifa, karibuni sana. Ningezungumza Kiswahili zaidi, lakini tatizo Mahmoud hapa kitamchenga. Wanubi wanitabu kuelewa Kiswahili sana. Lakini kwa hayo mengi ama machache, nachukua tena fursa. Najua yale atakayoendelea hapa ni karibu na ofisi yangu. Kwa hivyo msishtuke mkiona ya kuwa ghafla binvu nimekuja kuwavamia na kuangalia kunaendelea nini na nini na nini. Kwa hivyo nitakuwa ni mgeni ama nitakuwa ni mwenyeji mzuri nikiingia mara kwa mara. Kila nikipata mwanya nitakuwa nikifika nikiweza kuangalia yanayoendelea. Kwa hayo mengi, asanteni sana na mubarikiwe. Thank you very much and be blessed. Asanteni.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. A round of applause to His Excellency. Thank you so much. And I know, Your Excellency, you're pressed with time. I didn't want to break protocol and speak on your podium. You know, we have people who have been doing this around. So at this moment, we have a gift courtesy of Swahilipot, and I want to request the beautiful girls led by Jackie to kindly come and award you the Swahilipot. A round of applause as he received this.
It's the kids, baby.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Governor. And Governor, I know you're also about to go, and those gifts are looking so good. But just before you go as well, I want to request the ambassadors to kindly join you for a quick photo shoot right here. And of course, Mentor as well will be coming, plus the board as well. We'll just take a quick picture here. So that once we release you definitely. So if you could kindly come right away. The ambassadors as well. Our chief guest, Charlene as well, please kindly come. All the guests that have spoken right now. We just want to take a very quick picture right here. So that once we let you go, you go. In the meantime, we have, DJ, 1 second. We have Johnson Mzungu. Please be on standby, Johnson Mzungu, for this. Yeah, so please allow me. I will be moderating this. We're going to take one big one, first of all of us, with the chief guest especially. So there you have it. There you go. Wow, we're quite a number. Cameras, you can zoom. If you walked backwards, it would be very nice. There you go. There you go. Thank you so much. There you go. Can we take that? Just hold on. That photo is not complete without Mentor. There you go. Just hold on. We'll take another one, another different one with him. Thank you so much. Very quickly. Very quickly. There you go. Everybody's smiling, looking straight at the governor. And at the camera. 3, 2, go. Thank you so much. So I want to request Mahmoud, please, don't go, Mentor, don't go, please, and the board to kindly just remain. We want to take another quick one. There you go. I think you can just take those moments. Mentor, don't leave with the board. Please, we want to just one more. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Thank you so much, ambassadors. We appreciate you for your time. Thank you. Governor, one more picture with the board. Right there. I know. I'm about to release you, Governor. I know. Thank you so much. There you have it. There you have it. There you have it. Thank you, DJ, please, 1 second so we can have a quick flow. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. One more with volunteers. The volunteers to be behind. Governor, you know, how ndio wenye kura bana. So, volunteers, where are you? Volunteers, tafadhali, njooni. Volunteers, please, if you can. Volunteers, all the volunteers, hurry up. Come to the back, to the back, to the back, to the back. You know, they almost volunteered to lift you, Governor. I mean, it's for a photo now. It's a photo. Yeah, please. Very nice, very nice. Easy. Just go to the back. Go to the back. We will shake hands later. Some of you can come down here. Some of you can come down. Very nice, very nice. It's okay, it's okay. There you go, there you go. Guys, just around there. Thank you so much. Beautiful. Is everybody, come here. Come drop there, drop there. Drop there. There you go. No, it's okay. Thank you so much. I don't know how they're zooming with lenses, but anyway, they can capture this. Okay, 3, 2, go. Everybody say Swahilipot. 4. Yay, well done, well done. We please now the governor. Please, this mic, if you could kindly fix it a bit. We may need to release the governor now. We know you have an appointment to go. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your time. Much appreciated. And that one has requested for a special for the for the gram. Thank you, Governor. All right. Asante sana. Asante sana. I want all of us to remain seated. To remain seated. It's only the governor moving out with his team because we want to quickly transition into our next session very quickly. Just hold on. The ambassadors, please don't leave yet. Ambassadors, please don't leave. We have a gift for you. Ambassadors, please don't leave yet. We have a gift for you. Please come forward, ambassadors. Please come forward, ambassadors. Please come forward right here. We have a gift for you. Courtesy of Saeed Hassan. And I want to request Shalene as well to be close. Where is Saeed? Saeed the artist. Saeed, are you here? Yes, please come. We want to Mentor, if you could kindly be around as well. I think Mentor as well. I think we'll go ahead and give. Yes. Yes, we're going to start with His Excellency Peter Mardens. There you go. No worries, no worries. I think it's a portrait, so they have to ensure they look at you first and then look at it and then give it to you. Yes, please. There you go. Please, we're starting with Peter Mardens. Peter Mardens, please hurry up. There you go, there you go. Let's go ahead. That's the one who has actually done it. That's the artist behind it. Please turn it so that they can see it on the pictures. Thank you so much. A round of applause, Tafadali. Thank you so much, Peter Mardens. The next one is going to be Ambassador Arnold. There you go, there you go. There you go, Ashanti Sana. Is that him? Is that him? Ah, excellent. A round of applause to Padali. Makofi to Padali. Yeah. DJ, please. And I think you need to know that Saeed Hassan is a volunteer at Swahilipot Foundation, the one who has done that work. A round of applause to Saeed. Well done. We have another one, courtesy as well. We're going to request His Excellency Khalid Abdullah to kindly as well be awarded as well. Because, yeah. Abdullah, please. A round of applause as he gets as well. He's as well. He's smiling. He says, this is me. Yeah, absolutely. Well done, well done, well done. And of course, finally we have Shalene Ruto. There you go. Oh my, that was a beautiful one. I understand this guy had to Kesha here for that one. Well done. There you go, there you go. Beautiful, wow. Makofi Tafadali, there you go. Well done. And of course, before you leave, courtesy of Swahilipot as well, we have some nice kangas for you. Take home as well. Thank you so much. Yeah, please be part of the picture. Yes, there you go. There you go. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Swahilipot. Can we do one nice picture now? All of us. One nice picture. Thank you so much. Ambassador, if you could kindly join into the picture. One nice picture, please. There you go with the board. There you have it. Everybody smiling and looking at the camera. Okay, they have said that we mix it up. That's good. That's good. No, I think that's balanced now. It's balanced, sir. 3, 2, go. There you go. There you go. Everybody look at this man first so you don't look like you're looking at the moon in the picture. There you go. There you go. Please, everybody there. There you go. Well done. Thank you so much for that session. Beautifully done. Thank you so much, Said Hassan, for that. Asante sana. A round of applause to the artist behind it, Said Hassan, a volunteer at the Swahilipot Foundation in the Creatives and Arts Department. Thank you so much. And I'll ask that we take our seats now. We take our seats now so that we can proceed on. Kindly let's take our seats. In the meantime, tech team, if we could have our seats come in here. Tech team, please bring the seats right here. And I want to, at this moment, usher in Kevin Muthini, who is going to take us through the plenary session where we have a digitally transformed region for prosperity and inclusivity, transforming the coastal region to a global competitive digital economy. Asante sana, Kevin, please. DJ, please. We had our first panelists in the morning. Panelists, please, if you could kindly make forward. Please come forward, panelists. Panelists, we also had some gifts for you. Please come receive them. Panelists, please, if you could kindly come. Please come right here, right here. Come upstairs, come upstairs. Panelists, that we can finish that gift session. Panelists, please. My able panelists, DVC, please come. Come right here. We had an amazing session in the morning with them. Please come. Please invite him as well. He was one of my panelists. Please come. Yes, yes, we have a gift for you, please. Thank you so much. And then the DVC, please come. Right here, right here. We want to give you your gifts for engaging us. Yes. DVC, kindly, if you could kindly come forward. Thank you so much. Allow the DVC to kindly come. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Beautiful. Hiya. Swahilipot, let's do our thing. Jack, please, if you could kindly come and award them beautifully. Thank you so much for engaging us and giving us the tips. Wapi makofi tafadhali ya panelists. Makofi tafadhali. Asante sana. Beautiful. There you go. There you go. Asante sana. This is how we do it here. This is how we do it. Thank you so much. Asante sana. One picture, please. One picture. Come this way a little bit towards me. There you go. Let's have that picture. 3, 2, go, and done. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Asante sana. You may have your seats. Thank you. Now, at this moment, allow me to give back this microphone to Kevin to tell us what are we doing next.
Thank you very much. Let's give Maina Chege a round of applause. Tafadhali. He's done a very, very wonderful job. I trust you have enjoyed him. Next, we're now moving on to a plenary session. Our plenary session is themed a digitally transformed region for prosperity and inclusivity, transforming the coastal region to a globally competitive digital economy. Now, before I introduce our moderator as well as our panelists, I'd like to remind you once again that our hashtags for this Innovation Week is hashtag Pwani Innovation Week and hashtag PIW 2023. Kwa hivyo tafadhali, let's keep on tweeting, let's keep on retweeting, and let's keep on bringing as much traffic as possible to this wonderful event that we are having here today. Now, without much further ado, I'd like to move on to welcome our panelists for this particular session. And for that, I shall start with Mr. Lucas Omolo from Konza Technopolis. Mr. Lucas Omolo from Konza Technopolis, karibu sana towards the stage. We shall equally be having Dr. Vincent Ngundi, who is the Acting Director of Cybersecurity and Head of National Cyber Security Center at Communications Authority of Kenya. Also in our panel, we shall be having Dr. Mborali Dr. Mborali, who is our CECM, Department of Education and Digital Transformation, Mombasa County. Yes, Dr. Mborali shall be represented. We shall equally have Dr. Tony Omwansa, the CEO of Kenya National Innovation Agency, Kenya. Dr. Omwansa, karibu to the stage. Yes, Makofia, Dr. Omwansa as he opens the coming to the stage. Yes, we also have Dr. Hassan. Thank you very much, Communications Authority. Dr. Gilbert Mgeni from the Communications Authority of Kenya. We equally have Dr. Hassan Mshinda. Dr. Hassan, karibu tena sana to join in our session. We shall equally be having Mr. Harry Hare, the chairman of CIO Africa, who shall be our moderator for this particular session. So makofi yao tafadhali as they take up the stage. I believe we shall enjoy this session. Thank you very much. I shall hand it over to Mr. Harry to take us up from there.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you. I need that attention from you because we're going to discuss a very interesting trend that is taking shape globally. And there's a lot of opportunities around it. And therefore, I think it is important for us to start talking about it, but also start planning, engaging, and also just see how best it can serve us in our daily lives and in our businesses and in our organizations. So I have an interesting panel, and I'll give each of my panelists a minute to introduce themselves and also tell us what digital transformation means to them.
Assalamu alaikum. Jina langu mimi naitwa Hassan Mshinda. Natokea Tanzania. Zamani nilikuwa mkurugenzi wa Tume ya Sayansi na Teknolojia. Nilikuwa nashughulika na mambo ya ubunifu ambayo ndio innovation. Niko hapa kuwakilisha Tanga yetu pamoja nafanya pia kazi na Foundation Botna ambayo imeanza kufadhili miradi hapa Swahili Hub pamoja na Tanga. Digital transformation ni matumizi ya teknolojia za kidijitali katika kufanya shughuli mbalimbali ili kukuza uzalishaji, kuleta ufanisi, kuongeza kipato na ajira kwa vijana.
Thanks very much. My name is Tony Omwansa. I currently serve as the CEO of Kenya National Innovation Agency, which is a young parastatal that was set up specifically to support the growth of the national innovation system. Over the last 2 or so years, 2.5, 3 years now, we've laid the foundation for a national innovation system that now begins to move to the next level of impact. My colleague used Swahili to talk about digital transformation, so maybe I'll say the same thing in English. Yeah, I mean, to me, I look at the digital transformation or digitalization for that matter as the adoption and uptake of new technologies or repositioning older technologies so that then you're able to improve processes or products or create new services. In the process, make life a little better, create more opportunities for other people, create wealth, solve challenges, and create an even new culture. Because you think about if the way we move, the way we work, the way we travel, the way we communicate is getting more and more redesigned as a result of technology. So it's an exciting moment, and we have to adapt. We have no choice, we have to adapt, and we have to go ahead of the curve so then we can make maximum use of the digital transformation.
Good afternoon. I'm Gilbert Mgeni, and I work at the Communications Authority of Kenya. I'm Deputy Director in charge of research, innovation, and knowledge management. In terms of digital transformation, I see it from a very basic point of view of transforming ourselves and transforming our lives to be able to cope in the digital economy, digital and knowledge economy. Thank you.
Hari.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, based on how you understand digital transformation, how can digital transformation specifically benefit the traditional sectors within the coast region? So I'm looking at, you know, marine business, fisheries, coconuts. How can digital transformation transform those businesses to be better?
Asante sana. Unajua baharini kuna mali nyingi sana, sio tu samaki. Kwa kuanzia kuhusu samaki, unajua watu wanakwenda kuvua. Wakienda kuvua mara nyingi wanakwenda na mitumbu yao ya kizamani na wanazunguka kutafuta samaki. Lakini sasa hivi teknolojia ya kidijitali inaweza kukuonyesha mahali gani samaki wapo kwa kutumia simu za viganjani. Unaweza ukajua mahali samaki wapo, kwa hivyo ikakurahisishia sehemu ambayo unakwenda na kuchukua samaki. Unaenda kama unawachukua vile, sio tena unasumbuka kuangalia. Na ndio fursa ambayo imeizunguka Mombasa, lakini fursa hiyo bado wanahitaji teknolojia ili kuweza kuona hivi. Fursa nyingine iliyokuwepo kwenye bahari ni kwa kuweza kama Tanga, na tumeanzisha fursa ya kuhamasisha kina mama kulima mwani. Najua mwani ni seaweed farming, pamoja na majongoo bahari au matango bahari, sea cucumbers. Hizi ni fursa ambazo ziko baharini, lakini katika ulinzi wa kwamba mara nyingi wavuvi wanakuja wanachukua wale sea cucumbers kwa sababu ni ghali zaidi, bei yake ni nzuri zaidi. Kwa hivyo inabidi ujaribu kutengeneza namna ya kuweza kuwa na mipaka, kama vile tulivyokuwa na mipaka katika viwanja, kuwa na mipaka katika bahari, ambapo unatumia teknoloji ya spatial ili kusaidia kuona kwamba ni namna gani unaweza kuweza kufanya hizo kazi. Ukija kwenye minazi pia, siku hizi watu wengi wa mjini wameanza kula mboga zaidi. Kwa hivyo kwa mfano aquaculture unatumia baadhi ya majani au unapofua dafu, yale makubi yanayobaki kuweza kutengeneza namna ya kulima mboga bila kutumia udongo. Hizo ni baadhi ya teknolojia ambazo zipo katika pwani.
Yeah, probably I will probably take it a little higher and say.
Can you try it in Kiswahili as well?
Naweza jaribu, tungangane na Kiswahili kidogo. But probably let me shoot in English, then I translate. I think the best way to answer the question I would think of is to think about the value chain of each of these products or services. If you're looking at tourism, the entire value chain. If you're looking at fish, the entire value chain. And really it's about sourcing, finding, it is about value addition, and it's potentially about access to market, and consumption at the end, and probably disposal. At each of these stages of the value chain, there's an opportunity for digitalization. There's an opportunity for value addition using technology. And so if I was an innovator in this space, I would think, first of all, how do I fully understand that entire value chain? And where are inefficiencies in that value chain? And then from there, I can figure out a spot for digitalization.
Thank you. I also want to just add on what he said in terms of looking at ICT as an enabler across all the sectors, from production to processing to marketing. And therefore, if we embrace ICTs in all spheres of our economy in the coastal region, we have an opportunity, of course, to leverage the ICTs to transform the economy. But I think what's more important also is the public education and awareness, so that we make this, we make the people aware of the opportunities that exist across the board. And of course, maybe just to add on that, also to ensure that the ICTs are used, but also securely. That means also enhancing cyber resilience across the use of ICTs. Thank you.
Maybe just to follow up on that question, on that response. So how do we make digital transformation inclusive? Because see, the thing about technology is other people who are either completely cut out or from there.
I think I'm picking up from what I just said.
Access, affordability, and an element of usage is building skills that then enable us to utilize and exploit the technologies. Because it's very easy for something to be affordable, available, but then you can't quite exploit it, all right? And thank God, I mean, like now there's opportunity for building skills in very, many ways. I mean, there's digital platforms, there are all these accelerations and academies and free online resources for building skills and competencies that then you can use to exploit the opportunities that are available. So, and I think because of now technology becoming more and more affordable, I think the challenge sometimes is about, can you build enough confidence that then you can compete and utilize these resources for greater value, for creating new possibilities. And I've seen many instances where people fail to exploit due to lack of confidence. And that confidence is about acquiring skills and realizing that you can actually compete just like anyone else across the globe. Skill sets and the confidence to use.
Jambo lingine ambalo ni muhimu sana ni kuwajumuisha watumiaji wa teknolojia tangu mwanzo, wakati ule unatengeneza teknolojia, kuwashirikisha ili waweze kujua, kueleza nini hasa wanataka kwa ajili ya kwenye teknolojia ile. Unaweza ukatengeneza teknolojia, lakini kama hujawashirikisha tangu mwanzoni, watu wote, vile teknolojia inaweza ikawa ni rahisi, inaweza ikawa ni kuko, lakini wenyewe wakashindwa kuitumia. Kwa hivyo tukizungumza swala la ushirikishwaji wa kila mmoja, tunazungumza ushirikishwaji kuanzia katika kutengeneza au co-creation. Wakiweza kushiriki, hapo inarahisisha katika matumizi.
Ulikuwa unataka kumtafsiria Bwana Omwansa?
Omwansa kitu alichozungumza fursa zilizokuwa katika kule tunasema uchumi wa bahari au uchumi wa blue, huku mnaita uchumi wa samawati. Ni anazungumzia yani anatumia neno la Kiingereza la value chain, ambao ni mnyororo wa thamani. Anasisitiza kwamba kuanzia mwanzo inabidi uweze kuelewa mnyororo wa thamani ili kuweza kuona ni fursa zipi zile ambazo zipo kwenye teknolojia ya kidijitali, na akawashajiisha wabunifu waweze kukazania zaidi fursa, kuziona zile fursa zilizokuwepo ili watengeneze ubunifu wao ili uweze kuwa na maana.
Mmeipata hiyo lakini?
Naam.
Mmeipata? Yeah. So moving on, we have a lot of young people in this room. Where do you see the biggest opportunities that they can tap into in the digital transformation journey?
Swali ananiuliza kuna fursa wapi ambapo naona fursa ni nyingi zilizokuwa katika uchumi wa upande wa blue. Kwa kusema haki ni vigumu kusema, lakini kila mahali ukiangalia kuna fursa. Mimi naamini kabisa ukiangalia samaki ambao wanaotoka katika wanauzwa nje kwenye bahari na kwenye ziwa. Unajua sasa hivi kwenye ziwa Victoria kuna uhaba wa samaki. Idadi ya samaki wamepungua sana katika ziwa Victoria. Lakini ukiangalia upande wa baharini bado samaki ni wengi sana na bado hatujawavua. Hatujawavua kwa sababu vyombo tunavyotumia ni dhaifu. Kuna meli nyingi zinatoka nchi za nje zinakuja kuvua katika pembezoni mwa bahari zetu kwa sababu bado tumetumia vyombo ambavyo ni duni katika shughuli za uvuvi. Kwa hivyo ni muhimu sana kuweza kutumia vyombo vya kisasa zaidi ili kuweza kufaidi na samaki tulizotumia. Kuna fursa kwenye mwani, kwenye majongo bahari. Hizo zote ni fursa kubwa sana kwa watu wanaoishi pembezoni mwa bahari, ambazo hizo tunatakiwa zote tuweze kuzitumia kikamilifu.
Okay, thanks very much. And I'll come back for the free services a little while down the road. If I think in terms of opportunity, I would think of the internet as the platform that provides the best opportunity. In the sense that if I build skills around the internet, then I can do very many things. I mean, I can market, I can access data, I can analyze the trends. If let's say I'm looking at tourism as an example, I can connect different kinds of people and create new possibilities. If I build skills around, let's say graphics design or animation or videography, and I want to sell my capacity and talent, I think I would leverage a lot the internet. So I would see that as probably building more and more confidence on using the online platform gives me the greatest leverage as a young person. And look, I mean, you are positioned here, but you can compete with anyone globally. You can provide information or access information to anyone, and that doesn't matter where you are located. So there you go. I see the internet as the greatest opportunity.
Thank you very much. While I see a lot of opportunity in emerging technologies, I think we had a speaker from Safaricom earlier on. Areas around artificial intelligence, blockchain, Internet of Things, But again, these are applied across sectors, whether it is in agriculture, whether it is in transportation, whether it is in manufacturing. There are really great opportunities, and I think the only limit is the imagination of the young people that we have here. Thank you.
Fursa moja ambayo ilitamkwa leo asubuhi kwenye yale mazungumzo ya mwanzo ni kutoka kwa mwakilishi wa Liquid. Alizungumza swala la kutumia Internet of Things na blockchain katika uchumi wa blue. Ukiangalia innovations au ubunifu unaotoka Kenya umejikita zaidi katika financial innovation, financial services. Pale tumefanya vizuri sana. Lakini kwenye hizi innovation kwenye sekta nyingine bado maeneo yako wazi kabisa. Na ubunifu huu ndo utaweza kuwasaidia watu wetu kwa karibu zaidi. Kwa hivyo ule mwakilishi wa Liquid, nafikiri ningekuwa kijana mimi ningefuatilia fursa ambazo zinatolewa na Liquid kwenye uchumi wa blue, namna gani utatumia Internet of Things na blockchain ili kuhakikisha kwamba hizo fursa innovation kwenye maeneo hayo ni yale ambayo yanahitajika zaidi, na utaweza ikawa ni shirikishi kuwajumuisha wavuvi na watu wengine ambao wako wanafanya hizi shughuli za kawaida, na ni rahisi kwa vijana pia kushiriki katika shughuli kama hizi.
I want to now open it up to the audience. Anybody with a question, burning question, or wants to ask something? Anyone with a question? Or you guys are not listening to us? You have a question? Anyone with a question? Okay, please send the microphone to the gentleman.
My name is Robert, and I'm directing this question to Communication Authority. What is your maybe protocols in the protection of patents for innovators and protection of art content in the mainstream media and the online media? And maybe what platforms are you putting in place for the growth of this art industry? Maybe an example is Nigeria banned all international music for some time. Right now, Kenya is listening to Nigeria. So what protocols are you putting in place for the growth of art industry and innovation in Kenya? Thank you.
Thank you. Any other question? We can take another question. There's a question there.
Okay, so thank you so much for the opportunity. My name is William Nguru. I'm a founder of a company called Kurasa in education space. And I think for me the challenge is how do we have elaborate and well-defined ways of working with government? Maybe this one I would pose it to Professor Mwansa, because like now education is very government intensive and there is regulation and all that kind of thing. But just the access, how to navigate government, how to be able to access those offices, connections, and even demonstrate what we have is something that is useful and can supplement what government is doing. So that to me is the challenge. Thank you.
Very good question indeed. I think a lot of people, not just youth, even adults like myself, I still struggle to figure out how to work with government. Is there any other question, or we take those two first? Okay, let's go with those two first. And if you have another question, just after these two, you can raise your hand and we can take it. So that first is to you.
Thank you very much for the very good question, and I'll answer, but my colleagues can add on. As Communications Authority of Kenya, we are working on a framework to support innovators under what we call a regulatory sandbox. And very soon I will let you know when it's operational. The idea is to allow innovators to test their ideas without applying very strict regulatory procedures, so that at that stage we can determine how to accommodate you either in the existing market structure and regulatory framework, or to develop some regulations around your innovation to support you. In terms of support for patents and for innovations, we have a government agency called KIPI, which is responsible for that. But we also, as Communications Authority, and for those innovators that we have assisted over time, we guide them on the procedures of protecting their innovations through existing government agencies. Thank you.
You have a follow-up question? Okay, so maybe I think one other organization you may want to look at is the Kenya Copyright Board, who support with copyright. I hope I really understood the question as to the mechanisms that you can use. And there are some agencies that can also support in the monetization and commercialization. For example, the Kenya Film Commission, the Directorate for Presidential Music, the Presidential Music Commission. There is the Kenya Film Classification Board. Those can definitely be very helpful in supporting your agenda. Now, the question around navigating government, I took a chance and decided to work in government a little bit. I'm not traditionally from government. And it's been a couple of years of working in government. I equally have not understood. and many times people would tell, oh, your government, you should be able to solve this. But government is also made up of very many components, very many layers, multiple ministries. The interactions are fairly sophisticated. Sometimes I find that something I thought I would do quickly takes many months because somebody else has authority or mandates to address some particular issue. But let's look at your innovation agenda. For example, if you came to me, and we've built now a team over the last couple of years, we can look through an idea and can make official recommendation of your innovation to a relevant ministry or department or agency. But at the same time, it is important to recognize that government and procurement process, because we are bound by law in terms of how you acquire certain services. And I have seen scenarios where something appears low cost and it's not adopted. It's not adopted because it doesn't meet a certain threshold in terms of the procurement processes. But at the same time, government also has preferential treatment for youth, women, people with disabilities, and so on and so forth, such that if today you submitted your company, I am obliged by law to add you to my pre-qualified list of suppliers. You don't need to wait for the agency to advertise on an annual basis. You can actually get authority immediately, and I can authorize for you to get certain opportunity to deliver something. I think the answer lies in well understanding the procurement options, because agencies will have to navigate around and operate within the confines of the procurement law. So the more you understand, and I have met a number of young people who have really grasped it, and they are really taking advantage of it. So the question would be, can you build a bit of skills and like I can introduce you to my head of procurement, to help you understand, because it's also within my obligation to educate as many people, and particularly young people, on how to exploit government opportunities. Never forget that government is the largest consumer. So as much as it may sound bureaucratic, the opportunity there lies is huge. Thank you.
Hili swali ni nzuri sana ukilinganisha, ameniambia nizungumze kufuatana na Kenya na Tanzania. Zamani nilipokuwa mkurugenzi wa Tume ya Sayansi na Teknolojia, nilikuwa nafanya kazi sawa alikuwa anafanya Profesa Shaukati Abdul Razak. wakati ule kwetu serikali ilianza kuweka 1% ya GDP kwenye research and development, na ndio mara ya kwanza kwa nchi za Kiafrika kuanza kufanya hivyo. Kwa hivyo kulikuwa na interest sana, lakini sisi tulikuwa tunawaonea wivu nyinyi Kenya kwamba mulikuwa pamoja mmeanza ushahidi, mulikuwa na ICT commission, mulikuwa yani tukawa tunaona kwamba private sector au sekta binafsi ndio inasukuma zaidi ubunifu kuliko sekta ya umma. Kwa hivyo tukaona kwamba mchango wa sekta ya umma ni mdogo kuliko sekta ya binafsi. Si mnakumbuka Jack Ma alikuja hapa? Alikwenda kwenye wizara yoyote au alikwenda kwenye hub? Alikwenda kwenye hub. Si mnakumbuka Mark Zuckerberg alifika hapa? Alienda kwenye wizara yoyote au alikwenda kwenye hub? Mnakumbuka alipokuja Obama si alimtambua Jamila? Ni kuonyesha kwamba nyinyi mlikuwa mna fursa nyingi zaidi. Fursa nyingine ambayo mnayo ni jitihada zinazofanywa na serikali kuanzisha hizi innovation hubs kila mahali. Ni kawaida, nafikiri ukimsikiliza Mheshimiwa Ruto alipokuwa anazungumza, hubs ziko kila mahali, ajira. Hizi fursa kama hizi zimetapakaa sehemu nyingi zaidi. Sisi tulichokifanya pia, kwa mfano kwenye procurement, tumejaribu kubadilisha sheria za procurement ili kuwezesha startups na zenyewe ziweze kupata kazi hizo za serikali, na nyingi zimefanikiwa kupata. Lakini unajua kijana kama yule Amali yule, leo akianza startup yake akaanza kupata pesa nyingi sana, kuna wivu ndani yake pia. Watu wanamuona huyu kijana kwa nini anapata hivi? Kuna mtu mkubwa yuko nyuma yake ama yupo nini? Kwa hivyo inabidi tuwafundishe pia wafanyakazi wa umma kama hao wao wavumilivu wanapoona vijana wanapata pesa, wanapoanza kuweka hela nyingi sana mfukoni. Hiyo tumegundua ni moja kati ya matatizo ikiwa kama sekta ya umma haijakubali moja kwa moja kwamba haya makampuni machanga startup yana uwezo, kwa sababu yenyewe ni disruptive, na zile procurement process anazungumza mheshimiwa hapa haziwezi kuangalia ubunifu. Hawezi wakatengeneza procurement ili kuprocure kitu ambacho ni kipya. Wao wanatengeneza procurement procedure kulingana na yale wanayoyajua. Kwa hivyo ni muhimu sana sana kuwa na mechanism nyingine kama hizi tunazoziandaa Innovation Week kwa makampuni machanga waweze kuonyesha ubunifu wao, na wale wenye majukumu ya serikali waweze kuyachukua yale na ili kuweza kuweze kupata kazi na kuhamasisha watu. Ni process kidogo ndefu kwa sababu haya mambo ni bado mapya sana kwetu, lakini mimi naamini kwa namna mlivyojipanga hapa Kenya mnaweza kwenda kwa haraka zaidi kuliko sisi. Asante.
Asante sana Hassan. Kuna swali jingine? Usiondoke hapa ukasema hukupewa fursa ya kuuliza swali. Tafadhali. Haya. Microphone kule. You know, sometimes I wonder whether we need to create a curriculum for working with government. Tony, do we need to create a curriculum for people on how to work with government?
Or you want to ask along the same line? I mean, the observation here is that maybe we need to make a curriculum on how to work with government. And I mean, it's like I said, it kind of takes a bit of time. But once you grasp it, it can be very rewarding. Extremely rewarding. And I've seen, I mean, by law, we are required, I mean, like 40% of it has to be passed by the board, that 40% of my budget for procurement must go to young people, women, and people with disabilities, by law. And I'm going to be evaluated on a quarterly basis. Now, I sit in 2 other boards, and I see that they are never meeting the target. And we're always asking the CEO, why are you not meeting the target? Then they say, oh, the young people have not submitted their request. And these are very large organizations. And I go, but I thought there is a mismatch. Like, I thought that young man said like they're not seeing the opportunity. In my case, we go very intentionally looking for young people and asking them to apply. Because I can never give that work to a non-Kenyan. I have to give to a Kenyan. So the opportunity is there. It's a question of, are people well informed and educated? And I put it on my agenda on a quarterly basis to organize a workshop to train young people on how to exploit this opportunity. So you are right. The question is maybe the effectiveness that government has had in terms of educating people about this opportunity. But I saw 2 hands as well here in case you want to tap them.
Habari ya mchana. Swali langu linaenda kwenye swala la uchumi wa blue. Uchumi wa blue tunaelewa kwamba ni uchumi ambao upo kwa muda mrefu kama bahari yenyewe ilivyo. Na Dr. amegusia akisema ya kwamba sasa hivi kuna matumizi ya teknolojia ambayo yanaongeza ufanisi katika masuala ya mavuvi. Ningependa kujua ni kwa namna gani teknolojia basi itawezesha si tu masuala ya ufanisi katika mavuvi, bali hata masuala ya masoko, kwa sababu hawa wavuvi wanapovua wanahitaji kuwa na access ya market. Na pia ni kwa namna gani vijana watahusishwa zaidi katika kunufaika na huu uchumi wa blue, hasa katika kuhakikisha usalama wa chakula. Asante.
Thank you. I think we can have the last question, then we wrap it up.
Robert again. Now, in Africa, and in Kenya specifically, I think the private sector doesn't have much belief in the youth to invest so much in them, in their programs. It hasn't really opened up. And I think it's up to the government to be the initiators to open up platforms for the youths in Kenya. But what happens is, then the government has so many platform or cooperation, or can we have something like a Huduma Center, where we have all of these commissions and what they do, because we end up spending more time and more resources looking for all of these cooperations. And so can we have like something where we can just go, do our thing, and maybe the government be the first investors in the youth to give the private sector more.
Thank you. We have one more. Yes, we had one more hand.
So, I have a question to you, my friend.
Yes.
Based on some of the panelists here, they were mentioning about Mombasa feeling they're left behind. And as the CEO for the Kenya Innovation Agency, do you think there is an opportunity to hold the Kenya Innovation Agency in Mombasa? So that is one. But secondly, it seems there are innovators who are innovating, and the potential user is the government. And it seems there is no framework for how does the government adopt innovators' products. And maybe it happens, I'm not sure, the government people will say, no, we don't want it. And then behind the bar, they develop it. So in your context, how can we kind of facilitate that from your responsibility on making sure that is happening? But the last one is, there are so many funds I hear since yesterday. And maybe I might talk to you and you will tell me you don't have funds. But there is Enterprise Fund, there is ABSA, there are so many funds which I listened since yesterday. How do you guys integrate and develop a product for youth to support innovation?
Thank you very much. I think I'll hand it over back to you, Mr. Hari Hari, to proceed.
Okay, I will try. I didn't know that I'll set myself for this. But I'll try all this. First of all, the easiest to answer, and now that these two people are looking at me very aggressively, I saw how hard she clapped about Kenya Innovation Week being held in Mombasa next year. And I think it's within my powers to say this, and now it's in the public, that I think next year we should come to Mombasa. You know, because I'm not a politician, so, you know, like I'm not trying to spread goodies or anything. It takes a lot of effort to put this together, but I think we will. I think we've done 3 times in Nairobi. We've gotten the rhythm right. We've got the practice. And now we work together more collaboratively and get the county government as well behind it. And I can commit we can do this next year, 2024. So now I have to go back to my board and make sure I align everything after I've said in the public. Pressure is good. So, boss, I don't know whether we will synergize or we do one before the other. Whatever we're going to do, we do what we have to do. And then come to the question of, you know, agencies in government are created by acts of parliament. They're created by acts of parliament. And they are aligned to specific ministries. And they are given specific mandates and specific targets. So sometimes, and this is a challenge in government, that it is a bit structured in kind of hierarchy. So that working across ministries is a big challenge. Is a really big challenge. So you've got to write to your own minister and then, you know, and then further, or the cabinet has to make resolutions. So I would like to admit, first of all, it's a challenge, but then bilaterally and horizontally, we are able to work with certain, you know, other institutions to make it work. Huduma Kenya is a classic example of how public service can be enhanced by bringing institutions from different backgrounds, you know, to provide a service. And I will take that as a challenge and try to communicate it as much as I can, because the innovation agency I had has a responsibility to think across all sectors, across all disciplines, and work with pretty much everyone, because innovation is not an expertise. It's basically a platform, so to speak. And that's why we are here really trying to support you. So I'll take it up and figure out how to operationalize such an idea. On the ideas of startups and how they find their way to government, I would look at it in 2 ways. You know, government is structured around a procurement law. Oh, sorry. So, government is structured around procurement law, and there is no way to circumvent that, all right? If a young person has developed an innovation and has registered, you know, there are minimum requirements of what it takes to actually provide a service to government. And you apply under the AGPO for young people, women, you know, you can actually get business. And you can actually provide service. That I have seen over and over again. But if the idea is not yet well established and mature, and it is probably not registered as a business because the transaction has to be done with a business, then it means the idea needs to be developed further. And that's why incubation hubs and accelerators and you know, tech transfer offices exist. And over the last 2 or so years, we've put in a lot of attention in supporting institutions of higher learning to strengthen their commercialization systems so that ideas can mature a little better before they become enterprises, because you must cushion them for a period of time. Otherwise, it's very difficult to get business with government. But I'll tell you one idea that I have piloted that I think is going to work to enable people to provide solutions to government. So I called it an innovation fellowship. Because as a government agency, I can provide services to another government agency without going through procurement. Okay? So then I realized that there are very many government institutions that have challenges and need solutions. But I don't have the capacity to provide all those solutions. So what I did is that I said, I'm going to design an innovation fellowship where I take young people, all right, to organize themselves in multidisciplinary ways. And my job is to get the opportunity from another government agency, and then I give them to solve it. I don't think I'll have broken any law that way.
And you make money both ways. You make money both ways. The startup makes money, Kenya gets resources to do their programs.
And that's an innovation agency doing it, because it takes a bit of being radical to deliver such a thing, but it works.
That's a good point, yeah. Now, before I get the other panelists, we left out one panelist, and I just want to acknowledge his presence. Dr. Kame, are you still here with us? Yeah, maybe I can give you 2 minutes to summarize everything we've spoken about. Can you do that?
Thank you so much. And I really thank the panelists for this also motivational talk to our young youth. What I can say was they engaged somewhere, and the governor instructed me to leave. At least I can represent him somewhere. So what I can say from the preliminary section is you have done a wonderful job, and I'm very sure our youth are benefiting a lot from the words of mouth. So what I really appreciate the Swahilipot and our mentor for this innovative idea to Mombasa County, and we as the Department of Education and Digital Transformation, we are committed for us to deliver for Mombasa County. And we are working together with Swahilipot and also our mentor. At least we have something for youth in this region. In these few remarks, I really thank the organizer, and I'm handing this microphone to you.
Thanks, Dr. So I'll call for a parting shot, starting from the far right. Very quickly, a Twitter-size remark.
Thank you very much, and thank you for listening to us. I just want to say and to the young innovators in the house that you have opportunities to take off, and you have support from us, the different organizations that are here, government, private sector, and the industry. So please take the opportunity and get the support that you require to take off. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much for the opportunity to engage and share. One is that we'll be hosting the Kenya Innovation Week between the 27th of November and the 1st of December. And this year we're doing more of a Commonwealth edition of that Innovation Week. There's quite a huge opportunity for different things that we've lined up. There's something for youth, there's something for student-led, there's something on commercialization, there's something on entrepreneur universities, because I saw universities as well here. We've got a startup pitch festival for the Commonwealth. And we've got creative. We're working with the British Council towards a 2-day summit for creative. So for those who are into arts, animation, music, film, and so on and so forth, there's a huge agenda there. And we are hosting a number of countries. We're yet to confirm whether heads of states will be coming, but it's an opportunity to also position Kenya for the globe. The second observation I have is that I don't doubt that. I just came from Geneva where we were launching the Global Innovation Index. Just because Kenya did not submit some data, we ended up losing ground and came to around number 100. But I think we have a huge opportunity to coming way down to number 50 globally in terms of our ranking as a country, which is a reflection of the investments that the government has put in, the talent of the people, the enthusiasm, the opportunity, the aggressiveness. And with that, we're going to be launching a 10-year innovation master plan of certain things we want to focus on as a country from a national innovation standpoint. In conclusion, I think this is just a message of hope. I think there is huge opportunity for all of us on the digital economy. The question is how well and how aggressively can pursue it. And I am looking for partners and individuals who would want to work on some movement around youth, innovation, digital economy space. And we can create something a little more disruptive and more inclusive for all of us, leveraging the experiences we have and some of the knowledge that we have. So if you want to have a conversation on this, please, let's pick it up. Thank you.
You're starting a new movement.
Sisi tunashukuru sana kupata fursa ya kuja kushiriki na kujifunza mengi kutoka kwenu, na tumetiwa moyo na uamuzi mkurugenzi aliofanya wa kuandaa mkutano kama huu Kenya Innovation Week hapa Mombasa, kwa sababu sisi tuko karibu na Tanga, itakuwa ni rahisi kuja. Kwa hivyo tutashukuru sana pia kuunga mkono kwenye movement ya vijana, ubunifu na uchumi wa kidijitali. Asante sana.
Asanteni. Thank you very much. That brings us to the end. So you've heard there's opportunities in digital transformation. What we need to do is map the various value chains and see where we can plug in. Engage. These things is about you speaking to other people and engaging with the different people. With those few remarks, I want to bring this to a close. Asanteni sana and have a good afternoon.
Thank you very much. Let's kindly appreciate our panelists once again. Makofi yao tafadhali. Before they step out, we're going to be having your gifts presented shortly. So I believe the team led by Jackie shall be here. Yes, to appreciate and award you for the great work that you have done. But equally, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Mr. Joraya Arabu Moriasi, who is the Chief Executive Officer of the Youth Enterprise Development Fund. So Mr. John, kindly wake up and wave to the people. Let's tafadhali acknowledge him for that. Thank you very much. And next, I'd equally like to acknowledge the presence of Ms. Wangui Kahumbi from the Founders Factory Africa. I'd like her to kindly also stand up and wave to the crowd. Yes, this is Miss Wangui Kahumbi from the Founders Factory. Let's appreciate her tafadhali. Thank you very much. Next, we shall have the awarding session. I believe, Rukia, you shall take us up from there. One more time, tafadhali. you very much, our DJ. Now, our next session shall be starting shortly. But in the meantime, we also have one of the most important sessions, which is lunch. So I'd request our guests, our chief guests, for those who will be joining, to kindly, we have Rose there who will be able to lead you towards our lunch area. For our guests who are part of the team, but equally we shall be starting our next session shortly, and shortly means shortly, in about 5 minutes. Our next session shall be keynote addresses by Mr. Ahmed Idris, who is the Secretary General of Kenya Red Cross, as well as Mr. John Paul Okwiri, the CEO of Konza Technopolis, and equally Dr. Shiko Gitao, who is the CEO of Kala. So we shall be having a few who are stepping out just for a meal. But in the meantime, we can remain and transition on to the next session. So I think at this point, I'd also invite Stephanie. DJ, we can take it over to you in the meantime.
DJ Music Doctor. Boy, you hot and cool. Boy, you hot and cool. Da feel a vibe, ya go. Da feel a vibe, ya go. Me want know if I can jam it again. Me want